listening to episode number 35 of the Let's Go Comic Show. My name is Justin.
I'm Matt.
And since this is our Justice League review show, we're going to come together. We're all in, and we can't do it alone, because we would not be a league without another person, right?
You can't save the world.
Alone. You can't podcast about Justice League alone. So we're going to introduce our rad friend.
We got rad friends. Rad friends, rad friends.
Back in the Let's Go Comic Show Hall of Justice.
Just a paragon of professionalism.
Yes.
And suave.
And suaveness. Welcome back to the show, Delon Anderson.
Hi.
How's it going?
Hey, bud.
Hey.
Hello.
How's it going, buddy?
It's going great.
You ready to do this?
I'm ready to unite the three.
Oh, unite the three.
Because that was the thing that actually...
No, man, I think that was just Zack Snyder's really foreshadowing the Aquaman movie of uniting
like
the seven seas. Maybe.
Does Atlantis usually unite the seven seas? I feel like they just unite Atlantis.
Maybe. I don't know, dude. Maybe there were
I'm no Atlantis expert.
Maybe there's 7 factions.
I don't know, man. The water does the talking.
The water does the talking, bro. All right, so here we go. Welcome to the Let's Go Comic Show, where we talk about comics and everything related to comics, movies, TV, and maybe, sometimes the Sunday comics that aren't really that funny. They still have that weird Spider-Man comic that's going on.
Family Circus.
Peter Parker is always wearing turtlenecks, leather jackets. What did you say, Family Circus?
On the sliding time scale, it's probably still the 60s.
It probably is. They're all, hey.
Dude, and Slylock Fox,
Excelsior!
though, that was a gem. Slylock Fox.
I don't know that
You got to do activities.
Oh, yeah. You know what was good was Bizarro World.
Bizarro was always great.
By Piaro. Bizarro by
that's
Piaro.
good.
All right, enough of that junk. Let's get into this show, but we cannot start a show without talking about our rating system, because we're going to rate today, right?
We are.
Matt, what is our rating scale?
The best rating we can give is a gotta go.
That's right.
Below that is a let's go.
Hey.
Under that is a go.
Check it out.
And the lowest rating we give around here is a don't go.
Never come back. All right, so
Never.
there's our rating scale. So today, in honor of the Justice League movie, we are going to give our Let's Go rating based on Justice League members that were not in the movie. So we're going to start with a gotta go, like this is a guy or a lady who needs to be in the Justice League, and then go down to...
I hope you get this one right, Delon.
Yeah, there's no right or wrong answers, but it's going to be really, really fun.
Someone's right and someone's going to be wrong.
All right, so Matt, you want to kick this?
Yeah, we starting with gotta go?
Yeah, we're going to start with our gotta goes.
Martian Manhunter.
Oh, see? That's a good pick.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. See?
Didn't even break a sweat on
He's
that
the
one.
heart and soul of the Justice League.
He brings the Oreos, man.
He brings the Oreos. He does bring the Oreos. None of those Hydrox, dude. Oh gosh, I'm gonna get on a tangent to keep gifting Justice League, man. Oh, it's the best. Okay, all right.
I'm gonna say Green Lantern.
Another great pick. Where was the Green Lantern? Was not there.
I don't know.
Well, actually,
Well, we'll get
we're gonna spoil
spoilers.
the heck out of this movie. But anyways, yeah. Where was the Green Lantern?
In our hearts.
Yes, with John
I have
Jones
no
apparently
idea.
with the Martian Manhunter.
All right,
My
Justin, what
list
about
is
you?
about to be jacked up.
Well, you took mine, so
You could just agree.
I don't want to agree. I gotta have somebody different because there's many members that should be a part of the Justice League.
Okay.
And so I'm going to go to one of the retconned founding members, the Black Canary.
Oh, I like that.
When they took Wonder Woman out of the founding members, they switched her with Black Canary. Then they brought her back. Anyways, Black Canary. She's
Right on.
a great part of the team. Not the Arrow version, but the real version. That's not a lawyer.
None of
or
the three
sister,
Arrow versions.
or the street rat. Yeah. So all right. Number 2. Here's your let's go.
All right, so let's go for the Justice League. Man. Let me think about it.
Guy, I could think about 27.
Think about 27.
I'm just come on, say this guy.
Oh, you just
Say
already
her.
know all of the different people you would say.
Yeah.
All right.
I've got backups.
Shoot. Shazam, Captain Marvel.
Oh, there you go. That's a good.
Oh, man.
Why'd you say that name? Because it gives me power.
I feel bad because I got to
Why'd you say that name?
double up, but
Gives you what?
I feel bad because I got to double your Martian Manhunter, but for Let's Go.
That's fine.
'Cause he's awesome.
It's all good, man.
That's good. Let's
about
go. Let's go for me, Hawkman.
Oh,
Dude.
great choice.
Big guy, flying wings, mace. Can't get any cooler than Hawkman.
Right on, man.
All right.
So below that is a go,
Mm-hmm.
and I would say a go for Justice League. Someone that's not on the roster in the movie
Yeah.
would be Blue Beetle.
Oh, okay. Which version?
Ted Kord.
Ted Kord. Okay.
I don't think he's not like a, man, you can't have a Justice League without him,
Yeah.
but I think he adds something still.
You know what's funny? I'm always going to bring a little bit of an anecdote to our things.
Yeah.
He exists in the movie world because when they did promo stuff for Batman vs Superman last year, they did this article on Lex Luthor and how his company,
and
where his company rated.
Industries was part
even
of that.
even Queen Oliver Queen Industries or whatever the heck it's called was in there. So it was like Wayne Tech.
Right on.
Anyways,
Well, I would say Hawk Girl.
Yeah.
Actually, one.
wait, Hot Girl or Hawk Girl?
That's one of the reasons because I like how awkward that is all the time,
Oh man.
and I think it'd just be cool if he had some more lady power.
In the dude, especially in the cartoon, she was so cool.
Okay, so I was going to get to the. I remember watching one of the episodes one time, and my wife was just in there, and I was just watching Justice League Unlimited, and there was the one where she was trying to like help Solomon Grundy, and there's like this little girl. She's like Chica Halcón. So I used to call my wife Chica Halcón for a little bit. So
Nice.
there you go. That's a good one. So for your go, Hot Girl. Okay, my go. I'm just going to say Captain Atom.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
all right. He's like, he used to lead the Justice League Europe. He's all right. Do you know Captain Atom at all?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah. He's like, all right. He's all right. He's just kind of a guy. So he's got a good power level.
I don't dig his CW costume thing.
Oh, that's
too
different.
much.
That's not Captain Atom.
That's not
That's
Captain
Sergeant
Atom.
Steel.
What?
Oh,
No,
you're
you
thinking
mean
of the Atom.
The Atom.
Oh, that's different than.
You mean
okay.
Ray Palmer. Captain
Sorry.
Atom is like a metal dude.
Yeah, he has like a protective metal sealant. That goes
I gotta
over his
put a
skin.
disclaimer. I'm not as knowledgeable on Justice League as you guys.
That's
so
why this is fun.
I'm gonna stumble a lot.
Yes, that's all right. Hey,
It'll be entertaining.
I know,
It's
but
okay.
I just learned you,
well.
and so now you know, right?
You learn
Knowing
these
half
things.
the battle.
Learned you good. All right, man. It's time for your don't go. Who's
Right.
somebody who? Why are they on the Justice League? Why is this person here?
Oh gosh.
I go.
Matt, come on. There's got to be a
Okay,
character.
for me,
Yeah.
Fire and Ice. It's a tie.
Together, man, I like Fire and Ice on the team.
I know. Well, you love that team, so I mean,
love that team, dude.
who's a don't go, Delon?
Lobo.
I love that you're like, who the heck's Fire and Ice? Your face is the best.
I don't like that Lobo was ever in the Justice League.
I agree.
Oh yeah.
So-
that's a
Like in the comics?
Yeah, just not even for the movie, just period.
no. He's currently
Just
on Justice
don't
League
go.
of America.
Yeah, he's in Justice League of America currently.
Yeah, that's terrible.
There's a good cartoon where he's like, I'm the main man and I'm going to join. And they're like, no.
Yeah, one of my friends would punch me for this, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Lobo at all.
He's okay in like little spurts, like every 7 years. But yeah.
7
They try to make him all
He, like,
emo
comes out
in
of
New 52. They try to make him look like he was like the Twilight version and stuff. And that guy didn't happen. So
Oh yeah.
all right.
All right,
The
don't go.
worst, my don't go of the Justice League roster.
You'll know better than either of us who this should be. So who is it?
Bloodwind.
Whoa. See,
Blood what?
Bloodwind.
can we just talk about like just as a word that is a don't go. No one wants. I do not want to be saved by Bloodwind. I don't want to
Right.
be around when Bloodwind is there.
I
Like,
just
that's
don't want like to say the name Bloodwind like when Batman's like, who's on monitor duty tonight? And they're like, oh, I think Bloodwind.
What if you get saved by this dude and you're telling that story to your friends? Well, then Bloodwind came. And
They're like, oh man, he should.
They're like, oh, dude, you showered though, right? Like,
It was Bloodwind. Okay,
that's like what Frank Castle runs into all the time is Bloodwind. It's like, hey man, what happened? Oh, it was
and it's
Bloodwind.
spelled like BLOODWYND. Bloodwind.
Yes.
it's like when you eat too many spicy foods,
Get Bloodwind.
you go with Bloodwind.
Gross.
Bloodwind. Okay, here's why. It was going to work in my list originally. There was going to be like a palindrome of like a character. It was going to be John Jones, the Martian Manhunter. He actually was trapped inside this amulet that was on Bloodwind's chest. When Superman died, he like flew off into like
What?
a great beyond. And anyways, Bloodwind was like actually John Jones in disguise, and it was really terrible. Anyways,
It's weird. He doesn't.
Wow, that's
look
really weird.
Completely terrible.
But his name.
Like, yeah. I mean, the
does he just look like Falcon?
Yeah, actually, that is kind of
Like white bodysuit, some gold amulets, like
I don't
black
like
collar.
the lack of belt. Like, I always feel like superheroes need a belt just
To
to
break
have
up
one.
that area.
That's awkward.
To break up that area.
Just all that, just white. And
Did someone make an action figure of it?
I don't know. That's some like.
Just have a problem with all that white.
Yeah. It's just such a weird costume. Okay.
All right,
He just came out of nowhere. I think he fought Doomsday. I think he was part of
Was he part of the crew that
fought
went out and
Dude,
fought them?
Justice League back then.
They were
Superman
kinda
died.
scraping the
Always
bottom of
have
the
like
barrel,
a
man.
garter belt. Like,
Dude, that's a power belt.
No.
Those are the ambulance of
Why
life
is there
and
a
death,
power belt
dude.
around his thigh?
It's like, Thanos likes the glove.
left thigh
His
needs
power garter? Did he inspire Batman to use garter pouches
I don't know,
later?
Jim Lee must have been around. He's like, hey, I got an idea. Let's try throwing a garter around his leg.
It's too powerful. We need to
And they
limit it
didn't.
to his.
They didn't keep the leather jacket though. So they're like, sorry, Jim,
Oh,
we
no
gotta
way,
drop
dude.
it for this one.
New 52 version of Bloodwind, dude, had he had a leather jacket and just amulets all the way up and down his arms.
Fingerless gloves. With the
Fingerless
amulets in it.
gloves. So Bloodwind.
Oh, well,
All right.
that's our.
you know what?
so that's
Blood win. A blood win.
That was a blood win.
Blood, oh, yeah, there we go.
So that's
Wait,
our.
No.
What?
Did you give us your who sucks?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lobo.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Come on, man.
All right.
You got to keep up
Lobo.
around here.
I was.
6
all right.
minutes later, we finished talking about our rating system. But hey, hopefully that was entertaining to you.
It's all,
everybody.
dude. A lot of people like that. So, all right.
So
I enjoy it when
we're
I'm
here to give our opinion and rate one thing and one thing only
Mm-hmm.
this episode, and that is the Justice League
the
film
Justice League film.
released this last week.
Yeah,
We've all seen it. I know I've seen it twice.
I've seen it twice.
I still
Is it-
haven't. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I
I
was
saw
like,
it.
you saw it.
I was like, wait, get out,
Leave.
leave now. Can't believe we let you.
He's like, I thought this was the Ragnarok episode. So, okay. So, I was thinking about.
But you've seen it once.
Once.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what I wanted to do, I didn't want to just completely like go all out in one part. I don't want to hit. We're going to hit spoilers. Let's talk about our overall feelings first, and then we can talk about concerns, and then kind of wrap up with where we land with the rating. I know sometimes we'll rate early. Let's rate at the end.
Okay. Do you want to just go overall thoughts and then we'll go into spoilers?
Yeah.
Got it.
Cool. You good?
I'm good.
And then
Yeah.
and then Delon said he had some questions for us too.
All right. You're the guest, Delon. Why don't you start with your overall reaction to Justice League?
There you go.
I was pleasantly surprised.
All right.
I wasn't a huge fan. I liked Dawn of Justice, and I mean, I think it's inevitable that people are going to compare the two. But so I was hoping for
You did
better.
like Dawn of Justice?
I liked
I
it.
thought you didn't like it.
I liked it more than I didn't. Like,
Did you see
I didn't
the
think it was a
extended cut
great
or the theater cut?
I never saw the extended one.
Oh, okay.
I thought the Martha thing was super stupid. I
Yep.
was bummed out that I watched the whole movie in the trailers before I actually saw
Yep.
the movie. So there were a lot of problems I had with it, but then ultimately I thought it was a good, I thought it was a go.
Okay.
You know, I didn't think it was like a let's go. I thought it was a go.
That's like a C. A go is a C.
Yeah, so going into this, I'm like, I should be more excited for Justice League the movie than I am.
Yeah.
But I felt like a responsibility to go see Justice League. It's Justice League.
Yeah.
Like the fact that the movie's happening.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of fun. I thought that there were a few things I'm like, but it wasn't enough to not had fun. It was a blast.
Yeah.
My parents went with me and they loved it, and we just had a great time.
Did you high five?
No, I missed that opportunity.
Me and Matt would look at each other like, ah! Sometimes we would have these
That was great. It was kind of fun because it was my second time, and so
Yeah.
I knew what was coming, and I just got to kind of enjoy everyone's reactions to stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then I tried to notice, more things that I might have missed before. You know what I mean? Like when
Yeah.
you laugh or when everyone's cheering or stuff like that, sometimes you miss stuff.
Gotcha.
I don't know if it's because I had the bar set so low in my mind, but I also was pleasantly surprised
Yeah.
and had a lot of fun. And I think I actually had more fun the second time I
Yeah.
saw it. It was just very enjoyable. It has its flaws. It has its technical hiccups, but
Yeah, we'll get into that.
But as just pure like enjoyment, it was awesome.
Yeah. Wow,
My
you're
dad
saying it's
let
awesome.
out a few.
The enjoyment level was awesome.
What'd you say?
My dad a few times is just like, woo! He's always that guy.
Dude, there was
I
one
love
moment
it.
where I was like, what?
There were a couple of those I was like, dang, dude, he was like really excited.
Yeah. I had fun.
General.
I had fun. Overall, yeah, I had fun with the movie. It was fun. Going into this movie was hard because I was privy to a little bit of it, and it was just the drama, and that kind of put a little bit of stink on it. But I tried to push through and go, you know what? It was my number one look forward to. Like over Star Wars and Thor, I was like, Justice League, dude. Justice League is what I want to watch. Like it's that thing you've always wanted to see. All my concerns came true though. When I think about Justice League, I want it to be the majestic, epic gathering of the best superheroes that DC has, and it wasn't that at all for me. It definitely didn't hit like the level of, like just an Alex Ross poster come to life type of deal. It didn't hit that. Like that poster we just looked at.
Yeah.
Like that they added Superman to finally because it looks beautiful. It didn't feel like a live action version of that for me. But I had a good time. And then I took my boys the next day, and that was fun because they just loved it. Because I asked them, what was your favorite parts? All of it. Like, what part didn't you like? I liked all of it. So they just liked all. They didn't have any type of like. There wasn't a thing they were like. And they're 5 and 8, so they don't. That's either it's hot or cold with them. And
I've only talked to one person so far that straight up didn't like it.
Oh, okay. Who was that? We can say their
I don't
name.
want a name. Like
Why? That's their freaking notoriety.
notoriety.
They're going to be known now.
I'm about to blast on.
Danielle Crowley.
Oh,
Like she just didn't get it, and she was like, I just didn't think it was good.
there you go.
Just never talk to her.
But that's good though, because
But it's good to have those conversations and to hear that from people.
Did she see anything else before it?
I don't know.
Okay, there you go. She's like, why? What are these characters?
Yeah, I mean, and that's
why
the thing.
Slash-
Like, I'd be curious to talk to people too. Like, if they have less investment in the characters, maybe it wasn't as fun. But it seems like, I mean, I went with a friend the first time we saw it, and he's not like he's mildly aware of what I mean of comic book stuff, but he's not super into it. And we both looked at each other when it was done. We're like, dude, that was so fun.
Yeah, that's the thing I've heard most of all. It's been fun. Oh, it was a fun movie. It was good, and I haven't really interacted or heard from people that aren't comic book people or fans of the genre. It's all been like, best thing ever, hated it, it was okay, like that type of stuff. So I haven't heard a general audience person yet, which I wouldn't even say your family, because your dad has like nerdy proclivities, right? Like
my parents definitely have the proclivities.
My aunt doesn't like Ben Affleck. She was there.
Proclivities.
She was like, I don't like him as Batman. My uncle was like, he liked it.
I wanted to see Kendra's reaction, but she didn't end up going because we weren't going to be able to go unless she didn't go because Miles. So she took one for the team.
Kids,
job.
man.
Good wife.
So you're gonna take her back to see it?
No, she doesn't care.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was going to take the boys Friday night.
Yeah.
And then my wife was all like, oh, well, I want to go. And
She doesn't want to see Wonder Woman,
Right.
movie.
That's the same thing I
She's
said. And then
freaking rad.
Sunday, I was like, let's go. She's like, I don't want to go. I don't care. I'm like, what? She's like, it just doesn't interest me. I was like, wait, what? Like, we went and saw Wonder Woman. You wanted to see it before I went and saw it. Anyways, whatever.
She asked me, she's like, is Wonder Woman stupid music in there again? I was like,
Wow.
yeah, because it's amazing.
That awesome song.
She does not like that. I'm going to stop talking about it. She can't defend herself here.
Oh, you should change her cell phone every time
Good
you
job,
text
dude.
her. It's all.
Don't listen to Justin.
Why? Don't listen to me?
You're doing a good job
Of what? Just
of not going too deep into this hole. You're doing a good job, Delon.
Yeah.
Don't listen to
don't
Justin.
listen to me.
He's trying to instigate right
They
now.
call me the shoveler, dude. I just dig deep and too much. All right. So overall, we all had a good time with the movie. I thought it was fun. Again, it didn't hit my expectations at all. I didn't think it was.
You had pretty high expectations. So.
I got on the edge of my seat at one point. At a few points, I was literally on the edge of my seat.
Really? Okay.
In excitement.
Yeah. I laughed a lot. I cheered quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I had that. Okay, so we're going to get into spoilers now. Let's just start going into
We're going to spoil it now.
spoilers.
Go
We're just
watch
gonna
this
be
movie.
Open. Let's try to stay
Help
away
make
from...
it some money.
Let's jump into right now some of the negative first so we can end high.
Yeah.
Sounds great. But we are going to spoil, though.
We are going to spoil.
So turn away now.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, which there's a few people that haven't because it only made $94 million. Which that would be huge for any other movie, but like since they put so much into this movie. Anywho, so the things that bugged me. Okay, the first, just to get it out of the way, I don't care about the mustache thing so much. Knowing that they had no other way around it, they probably could have done a better way. Oh, you know, like we get that.
It was weird.
It was weird, but Steppenwolf looked terrible to me.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so from like Incredible Hulk to Scorpion King, like how bad?
Yeah, he was mid. He was pretty much. He was close to Scorpion King, dude. He was a. Yeah.
Do you feel that way too, Delon?
It was weird. There was something I liked about him, and I don't know what it was, but it wasn't how
he had a
he
giant
looked.
axe.
It was not look. Yeah.
Like he seemed like when he did stuff, I'm like, he's formidable. Like that's cool.
He's
but
formidable. His voice was cool.
I just didn't care.
Yeah.
Like all the stuff he was doing, I'm like, eh.
And
You're a means for me to see superheroes do stuff.
And this is going to happen a few times in this conversation. I got to ask you guys, like, what was he that? Like, he didn't look that iconic or anything, and that seems like that's kind of the thing.
He's like, Doomsday's uncle. I'm not Doomsday. Darkseid's uncle.
Okay,
and he's kind of like the guy who leads the armies of Apocalypse.
The some dude, and even like, with
is it him or Desaad that like goes ahead of Darkseid and like?
Oh, it's usually Desaad. Desaad's kind of like, hey, he's kind of like the.
Okay, yeah. So Steppenwolf, but he like leads the armies usually.
Yeah, and he's like I think he's the general of the army. Anyways, he's definitely not like top tier. Like that's my thing. If Justice League's going to come together, it's got to be put him up against Darkseid, which was part of like Justice League was supposed to be 2 movies at first. Part 1, Steppenwolf leads the armies, ends on a crazy cliffhanger. Darkseid comes in. Let's all fight Darkseid. That got scrapped based off of other stuff. Brainiac, somebody that causes the Justice League to get together would have been something that felt better. It would have felt more earned. Because this doesn't. It was
a lame villain.
Yeah,
he looked horrible, and I just didn't care about him.
You know what? His design actually was okay. It had no color though. Like Jack Kirby designed him. Like he had greens and stuff, and then they kind of changed him up a little bit to some red and blacks, and like he had nothing. He just looked gray, a part of the gray DC Universe villain party that they had, and I just didn't like it. It didn't do any, especially coming off of Ragnarok, where you had Jack Kirby explosion everywhere.
Yeah.
And then you see another Jack Kirby's everywhere, so he's gonna be on DC and Marvel movies, just his influence.
Right.
And Steppenwolf just didn't cut it, dude.
It was hard for me going after Wonder Woman because her villain also didn't really visually didn't do a whole lot for me. I'm like, okay, like so DC's just got these like boring looking villains. Like they just, I don't know, but
they don't. I think DC has some of the best villains.
Yeah,
and because if you this is gonna sound, go with me. You take a movie like Suicide Squad, which didn't super hit, but most of the characters in there had something. Like you had Deadshot, like okay, I felt like he was compelling, at least for me.
Yeah,
Harley Quinn, like whatever it is about her interpretation, Joker, he may have been hit or miss, but there's something about those characters. At least they were real, they were there. Like you can punch them. Yes. Captain Boomerang, freaking loved Captain Boomerang in that movie. As little as he did, like it felt like there's personality to these characters. There's something about them. If they came back, I'd be excited to see them. Not Steppenwolf. I didn't want to see. I even tried. I tried to have the argument of like, Loki. No one cares about Loki. Like when you heard about Loki.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like you saw him in Thor, and you're like, oh, okay, he's all right. And then Avengers, like they're gonna go up against Loki, and then you're like, oh, he's got the Loki pokey stick. He's got Tom Hiddleston.
Do the Loki pokey.
Yeah, Tom Hiddleston. He's like fantastic. You're just like now every time you see Loki, you're like, oh, Loki's here. Loki. I want Loki to come to the party. He's gonna chop someone's hand off. It's gonna be a good time, right? That's what I was open to maybe Steppenwolf can win us over.
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
You kind of expected it because when you choose some weird side character in Justice League, it's like, well, there must be a reason. And
there was though, and that was the thing, that it was a two-parter originally
to lead into
Darkseid would have Steppenwolf was going to fail at the end, and then Darkseid would come.
That makes sense.
And Superman wasn't supposed to join until the end, and he was supposed to be under the control of like Steppenwolf and be against the League. And they're like, "F that, dude. We got to bring Superman back before Part 2." And they just scrapped the whole Part 2 deal and no Darkseid, which they should have just used Darkseid instead.
Yep.
Because
it seemed like they modeled so much after the Jeff Johns New 52 Justice League book, except for Darkseid. Yep. Like replaced Darkseid with a less compelling villain.
Yeah.
And Aquaman didn't call any awesome water animals to their aid. But,
I wanted to hear that sound. That would have been the best.
Apparently, they're saving it.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm looking forward to Aquaman.
Water does the talking, man.
Yeah, do you still... Man, we're going to get into it. Okay, so anybody else have anything?
So I would say visual effects in general,
yeah,
and Cyborg's design specifically.
Yes.
I hated it in all of the looks leading up to it, but I'm like, you always got to give it a shot to see it in motion. And I was like, oh no, it looks worse in motion.
I didn't think it looked as bad as the trailers.
That prismatic, like, kind of body form, like, it just looks so weird. And I'm telling you, it was not a relief or like a, hey, wink. It was like rubbing salt in the wound when at the end of the movie for like 2 seconds, he finally looks like Cyborg. And I'm like, I freaking hate
like
you guys.
You showed me that you can do that. You just chose not to.
They Netflixed you. Like, episode 13 is what they did to you.
Oh,
you get it at the last final minute, dude. Like,
and I tried to go, okay, well, I guess maybe it makes sense that, like, since it's alien stuff, then, like, but it's like you could have just made it look better.
At least he could have been like, as soon as they're like, all right, we're a team, you know what? I'm gonna be a hero, and then like that. I mean,
I like that you made the Transformers sound
because he looked like a Transformer.
He did. It was so Michael Bay. I hated it.
But here's the outweigh part is I liked Ray Fisher as Cyborg. He wasn't annoying to me. I was like, I just wanted a little bit more because there's stuff in the trailers. They show him as playing football. They show a little more like tragedy with him.
Yeah,
like, there's a part where he's crying. I'm like, none of that.
He like swatted away a car at one point in one of the trailers, and I'm like, I didn't see any of that.
Wow,
they cut the movie down.
There was nothing.
They cut the movie down to like under 2 hours. That was a mandate by the studio.
So for me, like, I would say too, I wouldn't say I disliked Cyborg as a character, like what Ray Fisher did.
Yeah,
I think I know realistically it's not fair to expect like Teen Titans go booyah like Cyborg.
Yeah,
but I just wanted like something that felt somewhere in that direction at some point, and I felt like the really calm booyah.
Yeah,
like at the end I was like, nope.
I thought they were gonna do it when Superman came in and like started handling business, and then they took Steppenwolf down. I was like, that's where we're gonna get a booyah. Please get a booyah. And
I gave a booyah.
Yeah, but it was probably a lot more like full of excitement and vigor. This one was like,
saying,
booyah, like subdued. Cyborg had no energy until the very
entire
end.
Thing, until he laughed about feeling his toes.
Yeah, I was like, dude, where was your energy at, dude? Cyborg is like the one guy who's like, you know why? Because freaking Flash. Here's my second complaint. Flash drove me nuts.
Oh, no.
Really? I didn't like Flash. I'm like, I don't want to watch a movie.
Dude, you didn't want to like him going into it, though.
I was wondering how you would take...
No, you had made your decision going into it, dude.
Well, from what I saw, I didn't like in the trailers. And then he was just quip after quip. I said he's Spider-Man on crack, because that's what he felt like. I didn't like him. I was like, there's nothing about you, except when he was talking to his dad, where I felt like he was a normal person. Everything else, I just felt like, you're just nonstop obnoxious. Now, I will say there was parts that were really funny that I thought. That part with the Batcave, I thought he's like, it's a cave. It's a Batcave. I thought that was funny. But it wasn't as impactful because he was always quipping or saying something like, I just didn't get it. He didn't connect with me.
The whole time I was wondering how you would take the Flash, because I was saving it for things I liked. But well, yeah, I thought it was. I'll say that because that's not something I actually had a problem with. I really, the things I had issues with were some of the effects were kind of wonky. I didn't really understand why the Superman like death beef with Batman was a thing where he just like, and that might just be my bad, but when he woke up and he's just like, I need to fight everybody because reasons or whatever, like I didn't know. I was like, this is a cool scene, but it didn't make any sense to me. Why?
No, using Kryptonian Siri and the amniotic fluid chamber again, like for stuff, felt real. It really was like, okay, guys, we really need to make sure and move all these pieces into the certain place. That's what that was. Okay. It didn't feel like a natural part of the story.
The next part I hated digging Superman's body up. I absolutely hated that. I was like,
I did not hate that.
This is his triumphant return. In the comics, the death of Superman meant something. Now, I don't want to
get over it. Like that didn't mean anything in Batman v Superman. They just rushed right into it.
I 100% agree. Like it could have been a 3-movie arc. Now, here's something that makes no sense. At the end of Batman vs Superman, the last thing you see is the dirt rise, right?
Yeah.
What the heck did that mean?
Obviously nothing. Otherwise, all that dirt would have floated right up, and they wouldn't have had to dig. I'm going to give the alternate reality of what should have happened. Here's what should have happened. The Justice League is like, we got to resurrect Superman. And they're like, you know how they made us freaking Doomsday? That's got to be our key. All right, let's figure it out. They go to the grave. There's nothing there. Like, what in the balls? And so then they're like, great. Now Superman's gone. Someone has his body. So that kind of adds a little more tension to the thing. Now Steppenwolf's here. But guess what? Superman found his way to the Fortress of Solitude. And he's regenerating. His body, his cells are regenerating. The mother box get attracted to the codex. Remember the codex was inside of him? It was a way to restart all Kryptonian life on Earth. The mother boxes take Steppenwolf there. Right? Following me? Steppenwolf is about to get his body, wakes Superman up. Superman's defending himself, but he's not at full power. Justice League comes because freaking Cyborg can talk to machines, right? This is my story, right? They go to the Fortress of Solitude. They have a crazy awesome battle. What happens is they maybe Flash does some Speed Force, similar to what he did in the movie, to able to like jump start Superman. But during that thing, Steppenwolf takes that last mother box, and they're able to do, what do they call it? The joining or whatever the heck they're calling it. So the Unity.
The Unity. Oh, the Unity. So he takes off, and then at that point, they're like, whoa, Superman, he's back. This is weird. Like, I guess that would have made more sense to me. Like, he was already gone. They were able to reunite, and he could have been like, what happened? There could have been like, there was a battle, and then there could have been this reconciliation. Anyways,
yeah,
because it was was there this mind like he forgot the last like couple hours of his life? Like, you don't remember Doomsday? You don't remember any of that stuff?
I know you guys were friends.
Yeah,
when you died.
Martha. Why didn't Batman just shout Martha?
That's why.
Oh, dude, I was waiting for that. He had him by the face, and I was waiting for it to happen the first time I saw the movie. I'm like, oh my God, please do not say Martha right now. I will lose my mind.
No, instead he said the terrible line, yeah, something's definitely bleeding. Josh Whedon, dude. That's my next part. You can smell the Josh Whedon on this movie. There were some good scenes that he wrote, but Josh Whedon came in and shot a whole bunch of crap, and every time the dialogue or the scene was weird, it was Whedon. I'm not saying Zack Snyder is the best at all of that stuff, but there was a total I don't want to see Batman make a stupid joke. I just don't. I don't mind Batman being snarky and like in his humor, because Batman does have humor. Like in the Tom King nails it.
Yeah,
this was definitely
that didn't
unneeded.
quite feel like Batman humor.
And in that part, in the trailer where he's all, my turn, in the freaking Nightcrawler deal, they cut that and had him say, I didn't bring a sword. Like, that was dumb.
Oh yeah.
Oh, see, I like that one.
I
didn't bring a sword. Because they were fighting with swords. Come on, dude.
I just liked my
No,
turn.
but the something's definitely bleeding. I was like, that felt like a cheap joke.
Yeah, I didn't like
that. Was a cheap shot.
Yeah.
So it just didn't.
But I would say just tonally, that's one of the things that kind of stuck out to me is it felt like a movie that was kind of Frankenstein together.
Yeah.
With Zack Snyder and Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
Like the opening like phone video footage. I thought it was fine. Like with the kids talking about like the
by We're still in bad stuff. We're still in bad. Are you ready to get out of bed?
No. Okay. It was still fine. But then you go right to the dreary, the world is falling apart and people are kicking over fruit because Superman's dead. I'm like, that is stupid. I'm sorry, guys. Like, this guy's homeless because Superman's dead. What?
That's what it was saying.
That is what it was implying. Everything, it was all like, Superman's dead. All of this bad stuff is happening because Superman's dead. I'm like, I'm pretty sure all that stuff happened either way, guys. And so, but to say like, that's just an example of like, that felt like such whiplash for me between that scene and then that scene. And so it felt like that happened a few times where I was like, wait, what?
I like the juxtaposition of those two scenes. And I know why they did it. They did the whole opening with Superman because it gave a little bit of like weight to like Superman inspired everybody. Like these little kids are like, does that really mean hope? And I absolutely love that. I'm like, he's just like, yeah, it does. And he's all it's like a river, never ending. And I was like, I was like, dude, you're freaking Superman. He needs his own Superman movie again right now. I want to see it, and it could be shot on an iPhone like that, like those little kids following him around for their blog
with a CGI face.
I'm gonna, I don't.
Sorry, his face hit me like a ton of bricks on that shot.
In that part,
that shot specifically,
that was the worst one.
Like that, and that's why I'm like, dude, you're opening your movie with that.
Yeah, but it was on a cell phone.
It wasn't so bad on a lot of the movie, but that part,
was
like,
real.
Oh no, is the whole movie gonna be like this?
Yeah. That's and that's. Can we? I'm just like Paramount. That's why he had to do it for Mission Impossible. I feel like it's easier to put a fake mustache on.
Yes.
Like, part of me, if I was Warner Brothers, I'd be like, the real villain here is Paramount.
People have been putting fake mustaches on for years.
Right?
Like,
people like believable ones.
Yes.
Like, if Ted Danson can wear a wig and have it look real all his career, why can't Henry Cavill have a fake mustache?
Oh, before we
Ted
get away
Danson
from
wears
that,
a wig?
Yeah. Done.
Really?
Whoa.
The white stuff? Hair?
Yes.
Like on The Good Place, he's wearing a wig right now?
Yeah.
Why would you wear a wig of just snow white hair?
I mean, it does look glorious, but
yeah, I guess
Ted Danson's hair is like, it's like snow. It's like a snowy Alps. Go skiing.
Sorry,
sorry.
Before we get away from that scene,
sorry, go back.
One of the things I hated the most about that movie was that stupid song at the beginning of it.
Oh, the Leonard Cohen cover.
Oh my gosh,
that's a Leonard Cohen song.
That's not a Leonard Cohen.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yeah,
it's
from like his.
I did not like the use of that.
Then I hate that Leonard Cohen song in that movie.
I like the song, dude.
I was not feeling like maybe it was just the.
I thought
it just felt wrong, like in that movie.
It was definitely a Snyder thing. And here's the thing: I like that intro. I like that montage of. Like,
it was overly angsty. It was a repeat of what they gave us at the end of Batman v Superman. That's why it felt like,
and it was
like
unnecessary.
This is like the end of a Grey's Anatomy episode.
Well, they had to show
the beginning of Justice League. Like, why? Why is this happening? Is this Justice League?
Clark's Anatomy.
Hey, hello. I liked that. I thought it was good. I thought the song worked. I thought seeing the whole world mourning Superman,
I like that.
Was cool.
Yeah, that you had the banners up
like
at
the
different
guys
places
kicking
in the world.
fruit.
Yeah,
but yeah, the fake fruit. By the way, I'm like, that didn't even look real. I'm like, guys, what is?
It was like the fake eggs that Superman was cooking in Batman vs Superman.
Oh my gosh. I just don't understand. Like, you are spending this much money and this much time on this movie.
Apparently
and
not,
the
dude.
visual effects look that bad. Like, it's just.
But
and it wasn't just Superman.
They did those reshoots in like freaking August with Superman, and it's November. Like, it takes a long time to get rid of that mustache, dude. You know,
mustache removal, man. That takes a while.
I'm telling you, dude. Yeah, it was. I'm not gonna make any excuses for that. That was terrible. It was super terrible.
And I felt like Batman didn't get enough like awesome moments in that. It seemed like It seemed like Batman was kind of just along for the ride on parts of it.
Yeah. Batman didn't have any awesome fights.
Like, I was going to say, his fighting like definitely felt like a downgrade from Batman v Superman. Yeah. And like, it's where one of the only things that was really, truly great, in my opinion, of Batman v Superman, not all of it was bad, but one of the few things that stuck out as really great was that scene with Batman taking all those guys down in the warehouse. I'm like, and I didn't get any of that in this movie.
No. I found myself making excuses because I'm like, well,
it's parademons and it's
these like godlike people, but it's like never
he should
in anything
still be
else
holding his
am I
own.
making excuses for Batman.
Yeah, I would have loved if Batman would have saved some of them scientists. I know they had to show Flash and give Flash like a reason to prove himself.
Oh yeah,
but That scene was really good.
It just felt like, what was Batman doing the whole time?
He used a lot of grapple hooks.
Same thing he's doing during the Doomsday fight. Just
Running.
No,
He used a lot of like laser, parademon laser. He used that grapple gun a lot. He was shooting nets out of it, and he was stabbing demons with it, and he saved Flash.
He was all about the guns.
Yeah, talk about guns. Like, I ain't got none. So
I think also like having to do with Batman. So the fighting felt like a downgrade for him from the last movie to this one, which I think if you didn't have that scene from the last movie, I wouldn't have known any better.
Really?
But the thing was, you're trying to give some sort of an origin for 3 more characters.
Yeah.
So he had to like kind of take the back seat a little bit.
Maybe if the guy he apprehended, and here's the thing, I like the opening scene with him on the roof. I thought that was really cool.
That was cool.
He did have a cool scene where he flipped over him and did that weird like grapple like rope trick with him. That was
rad.
That was really cool. I think that maybe if that guy was someone a little more hand to hand, maybe they could have had a cool little fight with him, something a little better. He just seemed like a bumbling guy. He's like, "Oh, I'm breaking into this apartment over here,"
and he just like hops over later, like, "Hey, what was that?"
Yeah, to me, I didn't care. Batman was more focused more on like
on the parademon.
And I thought I kind of liked him jumping on the parademon and flying around. I don't know. There was a little.
I thought that was cool.
It was super comic booky, but I liked it. It was fun. I liked that part.
I like that. I like that you could see the reflection of Batman real quick.
Yeah.
In the door, like when he opens it and closes it.
Yeah, dude. It was
like he opens
really cool.
the window that he's climbing out of, and you see the reflection of Batman crouching down, and then the door closes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
It was super.
Yes. Yeah.
Super cool.
That stuff that was really cool. I feel like the movie was really strong. In a lot of those parts, like opening up is similar to Batman versus Superman. It was really strong in the beginning parts, and then as it kept going, there was parts like, oh, that was a little like. Again, I didn't really care for the Flash
I feel like
stuff.
the third act was way stronger in this movie than in Batman v Superman.
The third act?
Uh-huh.
Okay, we'll get into that. So, anybody else have any more grievances or
nah?
So we can't talk about mustaches no more.
You started talking about what you liked.
I did.
We can.
Oh yeah, that's true. I guess because we were tailing in off of.
I got a lot I like.
Yeah, there's a lot. There is a lot to like. After laying everything else down.
Do you want to start off with that, or you want me to?
Yeah, no, please go. Please go.
Every interaction between Flash and Superman were like some of the best parts of the entire movie.
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
when they're all fighting Superman, when he came back from the dead, and you have the Flash running around him in super speed, and you just have that slow motion Clark looking over at him.
Yes.
And the Flash's look on his face. Oh my gosh. It was so great, dude.
I was
so good. I
like,
laughed just as bad both times I saw this movie. Here's one thing. If you didn't like how annoying the Flash was, Justin, you can look at his facial expressions and just have joy, because every time he had, like, they focus on his facial expressions, like when they're standing around as a group, when they're like talking to Commissioner Gordon, that scene, dude, when they're cutting back and forth between Clark giving him the stink eye and Flash just looking like, oh crap. And then also,
I like that part.
And at the end of the movie where he's like super proud that he like saved that family in the truck, and then you see Superman flying by with an entire building. Yeah. I'm like, yes, that's the kind of stuff I want in this
Part
movie.
of me was like, how far away were those people, man? Because Flash was running really fast, dude. Like,
well, he was going the wrong way, it implied. Because when he first took off, he was like, I hope this is east. And then when it came back to him, he's like, this is for sure east this time.
But it looked like he ran so far, he was already around the entire planet. Like, he was going lightning fast.
He was going lightning fast.
Oh, he's in the Speed Force. I did like the stuff with Superman at the Heroes Park, like where he did, fight Wonder Woman and stuff. I thought that was pretty cool, like to see his power. Even though I disagree with why it was like that.
Superman's fights both times, I feel like he got like a power. Like if Batman felt like powered down from the last time, Superman felt way powered up in the best way.
Yeah.
Dude, when he showed up and he was like, I believe in truth, but I also believe in justice. And he punches him through that. I'm like,
hated that line.
Hell yeah.
That was Joss Whedon line, dude. I hated that line.
Oh, the line was dumb, but the fact that he like was just owning
also a big
Steppenwolf.
fan of justice.
That was one of the parts where I was just sitting there, I felt like a little kid, man. Just
just
watching
a big goofy
him
smile.
just tear him up. And then when when Steppenwolf like swung at him, and he just like turns like it's nothing at all.
This is the first time we've seen like Superman feel like confident in himself and be like, and felt like a leader and like a part of the team.
Yep.
And he wasn't questioning it all the time, which he was in all of the other movies that he's been. Well, all two, I guess. But.
And I liked all of his dialogue, minus those the kind of weird jokes. But he was like, he had that awkward interaction with Batman where Batman was like, I don't feel like that. Or what the heck was it? He was like,
It's like, I thought I didn't like you. He's like, I don't like not.
Yeah, that was.
See, I thought that was fine. I like that.
That's, to me, Batman would just be like, and like walk off. Like,
true.
That's Batman. Like that whole like, no, the unsure. Like, when did you turn into like freaking like Shaggy? Like, why is Batman doesn't have to be quippy? That's all.
He wasn't quippy though.
Or unsure of himself. And like, Batman doesn't have to be the joke. Like, please, we don't need 97 Batman. Like, we're 20 years removed. Like,
totally.
Let's not go back.
No, I don't disagree with that, but I will say I enjoyed that interaction in that moment. But then to even say like Superman's like, okay, how can I help? Okay, I'll do this.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh wait, I hear these people. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's like, oh, this guy's still giving you problems. Like, boom, take him out. Like, it just felt like Superman for the first time. Yeah.
All the Superman stuff was fantastic.
The one thing that did, I know we left the bad area, sorry.
No, that's okay.
But the one thing when he did show up was I had the same question that I usually have is like, why do they need anybody else other than Superman right now? Like, but...
Well, they worked as a team, though.
You can't save the world alone, man.
Yeah, man. Did you see the poster?
Don't you know the tagline?
Like, I'm like, I feel like Wonder Woman properly written, then Superman should be able to save. I feel like he could handle all that by himself, but
they should redo the poster. Like, it's better to save the world with others.
Like, it's more entertaining.
It's funner.
You get more merchandise when you save the world.
The box office is bigger. Oh wait.
So, Justin, I'm guessing since he didn't come up at all in the bad stuff, you're going to probably talk about Aquaman now.
My man! I really liked Aquaman. It's not how I would have done Aquaman. Like, I have to separate myself. But I think I would have done Aquaman a little more akin to how Jeff Johns did that New 52 version. I thought it was really good. Like, making him still reluctant, but still regal, and still kind of like, I don't know where I fit right now. Like, Jason Momoa's was that. He was like, I don't know where I fit, but he was a little more of like loner tough guy. And I'm trying to think, like, has there ever been characterization of him like that? And I think
a bro?
Yeah, the bro part was like, that's just Momoa. And I can take that. It's fine.
He had his raised truck in the ocean, his raised submarine.
He's like, I'm wearing black socks under these pants. There was a comic called Aquaman Time and Tide. It was like a year one type of deal by, I think it was Peter David who wrote it. And Flash is in it, and he's trying to recruit Aquaman. And he was very real. He's like, I don't want to be a part of that. And he was like, come on, we'll call you Aquaman. There's an A on your belt. He's like, that's not an A. It's a this, and it's Atlantean or whatever. And he felt reluctant there. What am I going to?
It means peace.
It means
hope. Mine means peace.
Mine means
that's not a bat. It means joy. That's not a lightning bolt.
Like, none of these
love.
letters just mean letters. Like, letters can't be letters anymore.
It's not an S. I liked it that it means hope. I like that it's from the
I like that it means hope, but don't say it's not an S.
Well, it's not
it's an S. It's for sure an S.
It's not an S though. On Krypton, it's not an S. They don't have an alphabet
for Shope.
On Krypton, they don't have a alphabet like we do.
I'm sure they don't. They're way past that.
They're more advanced.
So what were the things about this?
Our Nike swoosh, if we go on Krypton, our Nike swoosh would be like, oh, is that the letter? Like,
no.
We're like, no, it stands for
Michael Jordan.
Just
do it.
Stands for just do it. Oh, on our planet, isn't that
why?
a G?
Where was that marketing at, dude? They're all, but it's a swoosh. He's all, it's not a swoosh. It's not. But it's Michael Jordan, and he's just wearing a jersey, and it's like Lois Lane talking to him. She's all, tell me about the swoosh.
I thought Aquaman filled a void on the team though, like because I after seeing like the Aquaman from the recent comics you guys are getting and everything, I'm like, oh man, that one's really cool.
Yeah.
But I think some of that characterization was covered by like, it seemed like that kind of was covered by Wonder Woman and stuff, where the bad boy thing, like nobody else is going to fill that.
Yeah.
Well, and it seemed like someone that was excited to. Like you didn't have any, you had kind of like the newbie kind of like excited like energy from the Flash, but not this like, yeah, let's go for it, you know, kind of guy. Like, and he was that guy.
He was awesome when he was fighting. When he was fighting Steppenwolf, he had some good moves. Like, like with that trident and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, and he, I was concerned about him the most going into the movie, just because I was like, I don't know how I feel about Aquabro.
Yeah. And he wasn't, as bro-y as he made sure they let him on to be.
And I feel like Justin and I talked about it when we left the movie the other night. But even like the little things for his character, I was like, man, I appreciated that. Like even when they were talking about the place where Steppenwolf was, and they were talking about, well, some people have, you know, lived there, like, but who would like put down roots in a place like that? And he was like, someone who's been kicked out of everywhere else. And I was like, that's a window into his character. Do you know what I mean? But that was like a window into his character without saying like, I've been kicked out of everywhere.
Yeah.
Awesome, like little moment. It was so effective.
Yeah. No.
We call him Little Merman.
Well, he called him.
Keep a Little Merman away.
Cyborg called him Little Merman. Yeah. That was actually funny because he had a little like smirk with Wonder Woman right there.
Yeah.
She was like,
she was like, I got you.
Him smashing the bottle was one of my favorite parts.
That was
because it just was so cool.
That was not safe for anybody going into the sea.
Yeah.
So let me ask this question.
Sorry.
So he's in the water, and this isn't a complaint. This is an observation.
Okay.
When he's under the water and he's talking to Mara that first time, and they're in the air bubble, which was really cool, and she looked freaking awesome. Like Amber Heard looked rad as Mara, and she does that really cool like water, like she removes all the water, so like then Steppenwolf falls down and hurts himself like in the ocean, and then she talks to Aquaman. He's like, I'm gonna need something from you, and like he gets a trident and all that stuff. He gets like the armor and stuff from her. But in Batman vs. Superman, he has a trident, or whether it's a 5-prong or whatever the heck. He has one. Remember? He throws it at the camera on the YouTube video. Just saying.
Yep.
And
the YouTube video. Here's some links.
Curious.
Which Alfred had too.
Huh?
He had all the video attachments.
Alfred's all, they're my favorites. I liked them all.
If you like that video, click here for
I actually like
Green
they were
Lantern,
back. They had them
here
there.
for the Flash.
Can I? So since Delon used his backtrack, I'm going to use my backtrack.
Go for it. We only get one.
I know, right? You each get one.
Backtrack.
Backing track. I'm still not into Amy Adams as Lois Lane.
Nope. Yeah.
Like she was a real downer for me.
Dude, that scene. Okay, yeah, the scene with her and Martha. They should have cut that scene. I would have rather had more Batman on roofs than that scene didn't do it.
The weird thirsty joke.
Oh, I think it felt so unnecessary.
It was super unnecessary.
And
it was for sure. It was unnecessary.
Like that cheap laugh of the newscast of the lady saying her husband was abducted. Like I know it was a parody tie-in. I didn't need that. I was like, what?
I like Amy Adams, so I was fine with it. But there are probably 100 better actresses for Lois Lane.
Indeed.
In this, she just nothing. And they didn't. That awesome scene from that last trailer was not in the movie, where like they have that. He's all so. I guess take that as a yes, like for the wedding ring.
The ring.
They completely bypass all that, and it was really weird choices that they cut out, and then they put in scenes like, you know, crazy lady on the news. I just don't understand any of that part. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, that's
so
kind of
much good
Sorry,
stuff.
Sorry to backtrack, but I will balance it out with something I loved.
Yeah,
and that is Wonder Woman again.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude, she's so perfect.
Yeah, like just have her in everything, guys. Like I don't care what Suicide Squad 2, have Wonder Woman.
Ghostbusters
in it.
Girl version 2.
Shazam, have Wonder Woman in it. I don't care. Like just. She is gonna be like the saving grace of like all of these things. I feel like whatever she's in. When I wasn't expecting it, but when Justin and I saw it was my second time, his first time on Saturday. The first time like she showed up on that statue, everybody started cheering in the theater.
Yeah, it was cool.
I didn't understand why she was on the statue, but I didn't really care. I was
it made no sense. And I'm like, is that a statue in London,
I don't
Paris,
know if it's real,
like wherever she was,
but it was.
She's just so awesome. That I'm like,
awesome.
Well, you could just tell people like we're excited to see her again.
Yeah,
like you can see the impact the Wonder Woman film had by people's reaction to her in this. And dude, I'm telling you, like good for them for like showing how she's grown too, because I think we saw a lot of her power and her skill set in Wonder Woman in World War I, right?
Yeah.
But then this dude pulls out an automatic weapon, and I'm like, we've seen her block pistols and stuff, and then she just owns it, and I was like,
awesome.
that was amazing.
Yeah, that whole scene was fantastic. So that's the thing. There's so many great parts of this movie.
And her stepping out of the shadows at the end was fantastic. Those bad guys tied up in the lasso.
Yeah.
And,
I love that. Like the closing scene.
Yeah.
We'll get to that because I love that part. So I love the scene between her and Bruce when she comes in with the freaking red blanket. I'm like, or her cape or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, why do you look so beautiful right now? Why do you keep doing this to me, Wonder Woman? Because it was like this really good moment between them, and it wasn't like there was like some type of like tension of like romance, but it felt like
a friendship.
It felt like there was a friendship.
Yeah.
But she's also very like, I care for you and let me help you with your war wounds, and they're talking
and that was pretty quickly after the argument between them, right?
Yeah, that was.
Oh man,
I love that.
Oh dude, yeah.
That
he took some shots.
Yeah. Oh man,
she just let him know what was up real quick
she's
too.
She's been carrying that for 100 years, man. She's holding on, dude.
I love
dude. As soon as you could hear in the theater too when he was like, "Oh, did Steve Trevor tell you that?"
And that was like a very like Avengers like argument kind of thing, but it had so much weight to it, like maybe even more than a lot of like their arguments. Like I felt like, wow, that's a real thing that they would be discussing, and the fact that they were so torn on the Superman thing and were like, I loved that.
Yeah, but she was right. You don't go digging up graves of Superman. Come on.
Okay. I thought the fist bump thing was funny.
The fist bump?
The fist bump awkwardness while digging the grave.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. I think
that.
He was supposed to be awkward, and I think they had the interactions with his dad to kind of ground him back into like, okay, he's not a complete caricature, but when he gets in these moments, he's just kind of like always going. He was basically Wally West, not Barry Allen, too. But that's fine.
Dude, just dig Superman up really fast so no one catches you. What the heck? Or Cyborg could have done some like weird sonic boom thing to suck that thing up out of the dirt.
For sure.
It was
well, I'm not arguing like the mechanics of it. Sure, that doesn't make sense. But I thought the scene was still good because I think there was a connection between those two characters.
Yeah.
To where if they wanted to, because Cyborg, I don't even know if the Cyborg movie is happening anymore. But like,
I don't know if any of these movies are happening.
Oh, right. But if they had him and Flash, like both in the Flashpoint movie, that would be rad.
Well, that was the first rumor when Rick Famuyiwa was going to do Flash, was Cyborg was going to guest in it. Right now, with Flashpoint, Jeff Johns just said like last week, it's going to have Batman in it, Wonder Woman, and Cyborg. No mention of Aquaman, who is huge in the Flashpoint story. So like,
either way, I'm just saying I enjoyed the Flash. I think it made sense. I think the way they showed his powers, I think even the quick little things, like with him writing on that dude's face, like you just see like his hand kind of flash up real quick, and then the dude has like marker stuff drawn on his face.
I love that part. That was great. That was great.
And so I think there were a lot of good moments in that. The costume didn't bother me as much as I thought it was going to.
I loved it in the movie, dude.
I think, I just appreciated that character. I think he was fun, but not in like he was like the sugar in the coffee, but not like, oh man, that was too much sugar and now it's all cloying.
How'd you feel about him tripping so much?
That's fine. I disagreed with you when you said something. I think if he hasn't done any of this stuff, it makes sense.
Yeah, okay.
For him to be the newest kind of youngest member of stuff, like I think it made sense. Like he shouldn't have it all figured out and have everything nailed down.
Well, that's why I like the scene with him and Batman when they were rescuing the Star Lab scientist. That scene was good. Where Batman was like,
save one person.
Yes,
because I thought it was kind of neat that like, for lack of a better word, like he seemed kind of incompetent like during pretty much the whole movie. But like he had his. It wasn't like they gave him some huge moment to be like, "Now I'm awesome. I have it figured out." Like you could tell at the end of the movie, he was still like really trying to figure stuff out. But
he had made it somewhere. Like it felt like he had progression through the movie.
Exactly.
And I like that even though he was kind of like silly or kind of misplaced things, or is like, oh man, I hope this way is east. Like, it's not because he's dumb.
No.
Like, he's obviously smart, but it's because he's moving so fast, he's missing things.
Yeah.
And I think that makes sense when you look at, like, I don't care about like the physics or if they want to figure out something about his powers and explain it in the real world or something like that. I don't care. Like, they had the quick shout out to the Speed Force, which I thought was awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
And talked about him eating, everything. Or like that moment where he's like, is this a bad time to talk about my blood sugar levels? Like, that all made...
He was like, go see Alfred in the pantry and come back.
Yeah, that all made sense. And then the thing about him, like, not having friends and people moving at a pattern or a vibration that he doesn't understand, I loved that. And I thought that is like that's something that makes him a little more three-dimensional, a little more interesting than I just go fast. But like, no, like, he's kind of separated from people because everything for him is moving so fast. He doesn't understand normal social things because he's already moved on 100 times. You know what I mean? Past that. And I think if that's something that could be a part of his character, I mean, you could even say like maybe he's on the spectrum, like as far as like
that's what
Asperger's and autism and stuff like that. Which not only like, sorry, I just got the children out just because my wife works with, she's worked with autistic students like for years, currently teaches special ed in high school. And to have a group of people have even some sort of representation in something like this could be so, so special and so cool. And I think it's something that makes sense for his character and is like a wrinkle in there that makes him interesting. So that's it.
Yeah,
that's what
I
I'd
agree.
say.
There you go. I want to jump in to talk about Commissioner Gordon.
Oh, yeah.
J.K. Simmons. J.K. Simmons was... I
you
love
just
it. As soon
cast
as
that man in anything you want.
Yeah, as soon as I saw him, it was kind of cool. He had the wig on, so, he wears a wig as well. Him and Ted Danson, same crew.
No one's hair is real in Hollywood. Like,
I don't even know what's real anymore.
What? But I loved him as Gordon, and I'm like, please, 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 Matt Reeves.
Yes.
Keep J.K. Simmons.
He's in 2 scenes, and he was fantastic.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to see more of his Gordon. I loved it.
I just want to see that Gordon.
and I want to see more Alfred, man. Jeremy Irons Alfred. Love him. He's probably, I think he's my favorite Alfred.
Really?
He's I think he's just so good. I like him. He's got the snark.
No, I don't say really because I disagree, but I'm like, man, that's really saying something because there's been some really, really great Alfreds.
I like Michael Goff. I like freaking Michael Caine. I like him, but this one is like, I feel like as close to comics. Okay, if I had to cast the perfect Alfred, maybe it would be John Cleese, like about 15 years ago.
Oh, dude.
Oh, hey, hello.
Man, now I'm just sad at that missed opportunity.
Right? And he would be different. Like this Alfred feels a little more like he. You know how Michael Caine was always like, I served in the
he's
Secret
wearing
Service.
Like combat boots and like combat pants like the whole time.
Yeah, he's like, he's ready. He's like, when they're all loading up onto the freaking like the Flying Fox, they're about to get on there. Mind you, they never call it the Flying Fox, but
ever.
It's supposed to be called the Flying Fox. There's that part where they're all going up and he's just standing there. He's like, oh, crikey, I'd like to jump up on that. I don't know if he says crikey, but anyways, like he's all he'd say bullocks.
Did you ever think like, I was thinking that scene the second time I saw it, like, Batman's the only one not wearing a mask. Like, he's the one, like, Flash has his whole costume on, Wonder Woman's got her getup on, Aquaman's there, Cyborg's there.
Yeah.
Freaking Bruce Wayne in a Batman suit. Yeah. No cowl.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that, you pair that with, like, them, like, calling Superman Clark over and over again in front of those police officers in the middle of Metropolis.
Yep.
And then they run out, and then I think even when they're fighting Steppenwolf, Clark! I'm like, guys, come on.
Clark's dead, yo. I don't know how that works, but we'll figure it out.
Sorry, it's just funny to me. Yeah. I'm just still. Yeah. I'm more like, I think the CW shows have just made me bitter at like, when's the quickest possible moment I can tell someone my secret identity?
And then the Avengers stuff, like in the Marvel stuff, they call everybody their first name, but nobody has
secret identities in the Marvel.
They call Cap. They'll go Cap.
Well, yeah, but Everyone knows who he is. Like, Spider-Man's the only one with a secret identity in the Marvel universe.
It seems like movies are so like hesitant to like, oh yeah, the S isn't like this, or it's not an S, and their name isn't actually like Superman, or like, you know, it
they never call Flash, or Wonder Woman.
Yeah, they're so far removed from that it's like it ends up having silly moments like that where they
should have a scene where they're all eating dinner and they're like, well, what if you called him Wonder Woman? That's a stupid name. And they all laugh about it.
Because they'd at least want to have code names. If you have secret identities, you at least have some kind of code name.
If you're going to make a logo on your chest, like every one of those fools has some type of a symbol. Aquaman has it on his belt. Everybody else is like, they should say, hey, why don't you move that up to your chest? He'd be like, no, man, that's dumb, bro. My man. Even Cyborg, like at the end, gets the C. You know, he puts the C up.
I know.
That suit look. Oh man, when I saw that, I got really excited when I saw his Cyborg suit. I was like,
yeah, you let out like a little yelp.
I was hoping. What I was hoping is at the end of the movie there would be the scene of them all standing together, like
with the new Cyborg.
Yeah, and like, yeah, we're the Justice League, everybody. We gonna kick your butt. But that didn't happen, and I really wanted to see just like this last shot of them all together.
Okay, but I did like that last like sequence of stuff. There was a lot to that, and I would say, I noticed it more after not the first time, but the second time. Amy Adams' like monologue.
Yeah, it was really good.
Was really good. So maybe, I mean, I don't need to take back everything I said about Amy Adams and how I didn't think she added to the movie. That last monologue was really good.
Yeah.
I think I guess the Hall of Justice is going to be the old Wayne Manor. Like, that doesn't make sense to me, but...
they could sneak in. If Batman's been sneaking out of there for 20 years, they can sneak in.
But the fact that they were like, you know, like big table with however many chairs, but room for more, like, that was good.
I love that. I do wish that they had a Hall of Justice. Like, that would have been great if the Hall of Justice was going to be done in Heroes Plaza. That would have been cool.
Oh, yeah.
I thought when they showed that scene, he was walking in there and they were talking about like, you know, 150 feet and we could do this. I'm like, oh, he's going to move back into Wayne Manor finally and be freaking Batman. Yeah. Oh, wait. Nope. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
The Hall of Justice. That makes way more sense.
But I like the scene.
And another one that made me Justin
sad.
Cry out was Superman running into the alley, pulling apart his shirt to reveal the not S.
The hope, the symbol of hope.
To reveal the hope.
The hope symbol. That part was so good, dude. It was such a good scene. Like, just all those little like wrap ups. I loved every one of them. I know we're jumping around a lot. Let's talk about one of the best scenes in the movie.
Okay.
When you're on Themyscira and they're freaking trying to keep the mother box from Steppenwolf, that scene was freaking awesome, dude.
That scene is great.
I was like, this is the way it was choreographed, the whole way they shot it. I was like, man, this is confusing to me, man. Like, I don't know how I'd pull that off. But, like, the different ways of, like, roping that thing, lassoing it, whipping it, grabbing it. It was cool, man.
Bop it.
Bop it.
Spin it.
Pull it. Spin it.
My dad went to get my mom a refill at the beginning of that scene and came back at the end of it, and I was like, I'm so sorry, Dad. No. You missed the entire
How early in the movie did your mom need a refill of soda?
Hey, man, that's my mom.
Why does your mom drink soda?
My mom drinks soda. She can drink as much as she wants, Matt.
Film, dude.
That was like 10 minutes in, dude.
Nobody talks about how my mom drinks soda.
She was like, I need more cherry Coke now.
Yeah. What of it?
And your dad got up, the gentleman that he is, and said, honey, I will get you a
He sacrificed. He fell on that sword.
He fell on that sword. Much like that horse fell on that Amazon. And freaking Hippolyta is like, Hippolyta is like, you're a great warrior.
Not since our tax.
Pick that horse off of me, please. It's very heavy horse.
But that made me think. Diana, Wonder Woman, seemed surprised in Wonder Woman movie when she was able to jump across and get to that tower and to do some of the powers, that she had. So does that mean not all of the other Amazons have that?
No, remember,
they're all just really great fighters.
She's the daughter of Zeus.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, because I heard someone else say that, like, why don't they just pick the horse up off her, push the horse off of herself? I'm like, I'm pretty sure she can.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's actually not possible.
Horses are heavy. They're skilled warriors.
She was done.
Yeah. Ow. You have a horse.
I don't know what a paraplegic Amazonian is going to do on that island?
Paperwork.
You got some scrolls to fill out. Can you fill out these scrolls?
Shoot this arrow.
Shoot this arrow.
With fire. Delon, did you have any other stuff that stuck out to you that you enjoyed?
I went into that movie not thinking I was going to like Cyborg at all. And he actually was really refreshing. Like, just because there have been so many superheroes that like it's the thing with every superhero to be like a wisecracking, like, you know, this and that. Like, I'm like, wow, he's a straight, like, he's had his tragic story and he's not cracking jokes. And he's just like, it felt like I liked him. I didn't like how he looked, but I liked him as a character. And then like he got light when I felt like the parts for me when he got light seemed natural. So I liked Cyborg a lot more than I thought, because I've always been like, man, Cyborg's just lame. Why is he even on the Justice League?
Cyborg is not a compelling character like in the comics. He wasn't. He is now. They've kind of rewritten him a little bit. Teen Titans Go really helped out with his character, I think, because they've made him so fun. Like, he's like, side note, if you don't watch Teen Titans Go and you're a DC fan, I know a lot of people see it like, oh, it's so terrible. I love Teen Titans Go.
Justin's just going to bang that drum.
And they did this 3-episode arc, because Cyborg's favorite song is this random song from the 80s called Night Begins to Shine. And it's like the most epic, like 3 episodes of Teen Titans Go, which is like 27 minutes or whatever. And they go on this great adventure, and it's all like metal, 80s metal arena like feel. Like he's got like leather jacket and a mohawk, but it's this like epic battle that's kind of like 80s cartoons, where it feels like Teen Titans Go meets like Thundercats meets Transformers. It's just the best thing ever.
If you listen to this show, you're going to know 2 things.
Yeah.
That Justin does not like Dark Knight Rises, and he really likes Teen Titans Go.
It's true.
There you go. Thank you.
It is true.
Delon knows me, dude.
And I agree with both of them. So
there you go.
Fine.
See? And we just I
don't totally agree with Dark Knight Rises, but
no, I don't hate Dark Knight Rises, but there's more. I hate more of it.
I had to give you an opportunity to mention that in this episode.
Thank you, and thank you for knowing.
Way to go,
Thank
man.
you for knowing a true listener and a true friend.
I try.
That's Delon. So I don't want to miss any other parts of this movie, because we're going to get to one of the best parts very soon.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad that one thing I'm glad actually, because I read James Wan talking about they're not going to be the air bubble thing in Aquaman, because I thought that was really awkward and like
I saw that tweet and I just thought
to do this every time they talk. Like,
I thought that's weird.
They can't just talk to each other. Like,
it'd be like
I would be bummed out if every time we wanted to talk, it's like, oh, wait a second.
But I just thought it was more of a cool way to show Mara's power. That's all I took that as.
I did, but I mean, in the comics, I always like it when she's using water as like weapons and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I think that's cooler. But
weapon.
Well, I mean, it showed
weapon
showcased...
water.
H2 ow. It showcased all of her power. I thought it was cool.
It was way cool.
Yeah,
I don't disagree with that at all.
It was super cool.
Super cool.
So. Any other parts? Is there any other questions you have about Justice League? Because you're like, what about this? What about that?
Yes. Did I? Oh no. No. Oh, we touched on. I made notes. Sorry, I made notes before
nice.
the second.
While he does that, I'm going to comment on Delon's shirt. He's wearing a Price is Right T-shirt, and I love that it's Bob Barker, like in the background, and then I think that's Drew Carey in the middle.
It is.
Who the crap is that? Will Ferrell holding a mic? Like, who's this other guy in the front, man?
It's the current announcer, and I feel so bad.
No one cares about the announcer of The Price is Right.
Name. He's kind of a big deal when you're there.
Really? Is he?
Do you even watch The Price is Right?
No, not. I'm usually working.
Yeah, that's why it's not a big deal to him.
Yeah, but I mean, Bob Barker is like on Mount Rushmore of Price is Right.
You hear the announcer
this guy
so much.
Yeah, I guess. Delon Anderson.
I think it's George Gray?
I don't know.
Something. Josh made me this shirt when I took Kendra to the Price.
Oh, Josh made it?
Yeah, he drew and everything. It's got.
That's really good.
Yeah, you can get it on Josh's. I can't remember the site. I'm so
no, you
sorry,
go. It's
Josh.
TeePublic.
TeePublic.
But I don't know what his name is on.
Oh, it's
Go to TeePublic.com.
Now I'm blinking out.
Yeah, he's gonna be so pissed. Like,
yes,
you're not gonna share it with the world.
I gave you a shout out, and I could not remember.
His brother sells some shirts on TeePublic. Go search for the Price is Right one.
Oh gosh!
All right, your question. Okay, he's got some questions for us.
Oh, actually, the only one that I had left was what the deal was with Unite the Seven.
Oh, we kind of talked.
Yeah, I feel like it was something. It was either Unite the Seven Seas, or it was just something that he was using at the beginning that had no bearing to anything at all.
He was writing the script, and he's like, "I gotta cut Green Lantern out of this."
I remembered. It's
Yes.
IDB Illustrations. I dropped on.
Oh, there you go.
Illustrations. IDB.
IDB
Find
Illustrations.
your Price is Right shirt for when you go on the show. I didn't win anything, so it might not help you out. But all right, sorry.
There you go. Unite the Seven. At that point, Green Lantern was in the movie. Oh, we didn't talk about that. Green Lantern was in the Green Lantern.
In the flashback.
Oh man, that
There were
flashback.
a couple, weren't there?
That flashback
There was one.
was cool.
There was one.
Yeah, it
And-
was one. Just showed twice.
Dude, the best part. Sorry, this is dark. The best part was when he died and the little ring went zip, zip, zip,
Yep.
zip, zip, like in the comics, dude.
That was cool.
Oh gosh, dude, that was.
That was cool.
So
that scene
cool.
actually was pretty
Who was
rad.
the dude? Who was the dude? The
The Green Lantern?
Greek-looking
Zeus?
dude.
I think it was Zeus.
Was that
Yeah,
Zeus?
it was Zeus, yeah.
Okay.
Throwing lightning?
Yeah.
It was
okay, that
Zeus
was
and
Zeus.
Artemis, I think.
Yeah, Artemis is there.
He was cool.
Dude, yeah, that
Artemis had glowing arms.
man,
it was
that-
cool.
that whole scene was cool, man. That scene.
Except for Steppenwolf.
Yeah, Steppenwolf was the worst part. They're like, eh. Anyways, I thought Hawkman was going to be in that scene.
Oh, really?
Just because the trailers, like, there were Steppenwolfs, and then some guys in the background of the wings, like, those don't look like parademons. That looks like Hawkman's, like from Thanagar. If there was a war from Thanagar,
Oh my gosh.
oh, dude, I want to see all of that. So, anyways,
That'd be so cool.
yeah, the Green Lantern. That part was just a nice little fan nod, and we didn't get that speech from a member from the trailer. He's all, "No Kryptonians,
lanterns.
no lanterns," and you're like, "Oh, because he killed the lantern." So that was the other thing. Green Lantern was supposed to show up at the end of this movie. That was the rumor. I don't know if he was or whatever.
I was waiting for something like that.
Like he was supposed to say he was supposed to show up and be like, "Something terrible's coming," and then Darkseid was there. He's like, "Oh crap, he's here." That didn't give you much.
Oh
time to
crap!
prepare.
I'm not good at warning people.
It's crap, and it's like Ryan Reynolds. He's like, "Ah, nuts." No.
Moose knuckles.
All right.
Sorry,
What do you got? Because we got
Deadpool
two more things to talk about.
That's what I wanted to
Okay.
talk about. Or we
All
want
right.
to talk about the after credits.
That's what I'm talking about. You got something else to talk about?
No, those are the things I
All
want to
right.
talk about.
So those after credit scenes. Let's talk about the first one.
It's the race.
Oh man.
Continuing that the interactions between the Flash and Superman were the best parts of the movie.
Yep. I love that scene.
Oh, dude, when Superman looked at him and be like, "Well, yeah, but if you lose, you're off the team."
Yeah.
Just completely straight face. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I love that."
And he's all, "No, Bruce was saying something about
You have to take us all to
brunch."
brunch.
That was good.
It's like, oh, that's betrayal.
It was nice seeing Superman. Like it's like, oh, you're
That's
Superman.
It wasn't corny Christopher Reeve Superman.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not G Golly
You know,
Superman.
he wasn't like,
No.
flying still the safest. Oh gosh, whatever. it was Superman. This was straight out of the comics. This is like your cool uncle
Yeah.
who
Who kind of like punks you a little bit,
Yeah, punks
but
you a little
still,
bit,
you
but-
know, he likes you.
yeah, because when they were running, he's like, "Oh, what do you call him? What's up, Slowpoke or whatever like that." When they were like running towards the
Did he say something like that?
something like
Yeah,
when they
catch
were
that at
call him
all.
Slowpoke.
when they were going to, I don't know if it was Slowpoke. It was
He did.
something like that when they were
I
running
didn't
towards.
catch that at all. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that I just loved all of the Superman stuff, dude. It just made me so happy. Henry Cavill better get a Superman movie. I just
Sans mustache.
don't have a mustache. Going back a little bit before that, the scene where Bruce Wayne buys the farm back for Martha.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, but like, hold up, freaking Clark's just walking around. These guys, Smallville is a small town, right? Like everybody knows everybody. You're like, oh yeah, hey, Martha makes great pie. Like, go get some
Wait, you're
pie over
connected to
Martha's.
Bruce Wayne?
No, not even that. Clark's alive, just hanging out in the front wearing a flannel, like loading. Like,
Yeah, how
he's
did
like,
they
"Hey."
handle that? Because didn't they have a funeral for?
Yeah, the
Clark Kent?
whole town was there, dude. Because the whole town got blown up in Man of Steel, so there's not a lot
Yeah,
of people
things
there.
are gonna get weird.
Like Pete's there, like they're all there. Hey, wasn't Clark dead?
Hey, man, but Batman, Bruce Wayne was using his superpower, though.
Rich.
He bought the
I like
bank.
that. In the beginning of the movie where they're like, Lois is like, I could have had a friend help you out. And I'm like, were you hinting that Bruce Wayne should buy the farm? Because part of me was like, why didn't Bruce Wayne freaking buy the farm, dude?
Yeah.
Like, you killed the guy pretty much. I mean,
Well,
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah,
Clark already bought the farm.
Hey!
That's the title of the show,
Hi-yo.
dude. Clark already bought the farm.
Oh.
All right. Everybody, thank you. Delon Anderson. He'll be heard next week. Tip your bartender.
Dude, that was so...
Oh man, but that race, I love the part where he's like, I've never been to the Pacific, and he points
Which is that way. Because again, like he wasn't like this bumbling, like, oh, I'm just kind of an idiot. He was just like he's so amped up and excited about it. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's that way.
That was great. I love that part. Okay,
Okay, dude. Oh,
that final scene.
That was a beefy end
Dude,
credit scene.
I swore out loud. And that seeing Deathstroke walk up those stairs, I was like, oh,
Dude.
Keeping it clean here. Keeping it clean on the
Keeping it
comic show.
But
Man.
seriously though,
How
great did Deathstroke look?
Dude, Deathstroke looked great. Even freaking Jesse Eisenberg, who I hate as Lex Luthor, looked good.
Yeah.
And
He looked
I
good and
bought
he
it.
was somewhat calm.
I bought it. Okay, so here's where I want to speculate a little bit. We'll camp here a little bit.
Okay.
That
Can I just say something real quick
Please.
before we speculate?
we are friends.
I also loved that Slade Wilson looked like Slade Wilson.
Yep.
When he took the helmet off, I was like, oh, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. He actually looks like him.
What would you think he was going to have, like, a big curly afro or something?
I don't know. Arrow has taught me that Slade Wilson can just be whatever you want him to be.
That's true. Somebody who trips on the beach.
No, but to having like the white hair and
Yeah.
goatee and stuff, I was like, thank you. Like he actually looks like Slade Wilson from the
Yeah.
comics.
It's not white hair. It stands for like mercy or something.
It's actually not the color white.
He was actually wearing Ted Danson's wig. Is what he was wearing. They're actually Ted Danson. Ted Danson is Deathstroke.
He had Ted Danson's wig, and then J.K. Simmons' wig was the goatee.
They're like, man, we spent all of our money on the mustache removal.
Yeah,
Let's just
Deathstroke.
cut this
I'm
thing out.
excited for what's gonna happen. with
So
that.
I'm wondering.
So we could speculate.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if that scene A was cut out of the movie because they cut Lex out of the movie before. He was in the movie, they cut it out. So I don't know if that was a scene that was cut and they put it back towards the end or whatever.
I think so.
Yeah, probably. Here's the thing. During the press, I watched some of the press video, and a lot of the time during there, they're like, oh, what's next? They're like, oh, I'd love to go up against the Legion of Doom. Like, Ezra Miller says that a lot. And even the one with Gal Gadot, she was like,
Injustice League.
yeah, or the Injustice League or whatever. And it was like, oh, that's cool. And then so seeing that scene made me think like, oh man, they've got to do this. But like, the only thing that makes me like sad is like without like the box office being huge and Coco's coming out, it's probably going to get smashed by Coco. I mean, unless like, unless word of mouth, this is like, oh, it's really good, or people start liking it more because the audience score is really high for Justice League. Critics ripped this movie. I don't know if it deserved the rip that it got. It's not the best movie, but it's not.
Yeah,
a bad
it doesn't
movie.
deserve a high rating. I'm not gonna give it like no, it should be like 90%. Like no.
It's not Dark Knight,
No.
But it's not freaking. It's not like I'm trying to think of a
It's not
bad
like
super
Catwoman.
movie.
Spider-Man
It's not
3.
Catwoman or Spider-Man 3. Yeah, I think it's a good entry in superhero movies.
I think it's better than Batman v Superman.
I agree.
Man, I don't know if it's better than Batman v Superman.
I know that's why I whispered it.
I
Whispered into
Batman
the
v
microphone.
Superman for me is like a B plus, But that scene made me so excited to see more of this. And so I know what they're trying to do as they move forward is not have everything super interconnected. Like Wonder Woman's not going to be hanging out with Flash and stuff in the next movie. Wonder Woman 2 is going to be a Wonder Woman movie. Aquaman's already done and shot. It's an Aquaman movie. James Wan has said so much.
Right.
What I think would be cool is at the end of Aquaman, the movie's over, right? You're waiting in the credits, and then like there's a scene, and it's freaking Deathstroke, and he's like, freaking rolls up on Black Mana,
Dude.
and he's like,
Yes.
"Hey, you freaking got your ass beat down by Aquaman? Yes. You want your revenge? What do you want? We're starting a league." like that.
Well,
like
dude,
same thing.
This can be like the slow burn, like recruiting after credit scenes that Marvel did, but they're doing it to build a freaking team of bad guys. Like,
I think
that could be cool.
That could be cool,
That
and it can give.
cool.
Here's the thing: the good thing is we have a year to recover. Like DC can make a freaking plan by next year. Next December is when Aquaman comes out. So in that time, they'll be shooting. They'll start shooting Shazam, which starts shooting soon, and then Wonder Woman 2, I think, starts shooting in June. And so
Crazy.
Yeah, so at the end of these movies, maybe there can be these like little stingers of recruitment. I think that could be cool. That
like
way,
if Cheetah is used in
Wonder Woman 2 or something like that. That way,
or Giganta.
or whoever, dude. Like Cheetah would make more sense because Cheetah's more of an icon. It's more of an iconic like, character.
Is dumb.
Yeah. But how cool would that be? Let's say
really
that
cool.
way the movies can do
really cool. I feel like I already answered that question.
So the idea excites me.
And if it looked like that scene, yes,
because that scene was really
yes,
good.
please,
yeah.
Oh, that was one of the best scenes in the movie.
Right? And so here's one of the things that rumored a month back was Joe Manganiello, who plays Deathstroke. The rumor is to make a movie of him with who was it? Not Gareth Evans, not Gareth Edwards. Gareth Evans, who did
The Raid.
The Raid. So he
would make a Deathstroke movie.
Yeah, so he's he's kind of rumored to be working on that.
So like supervillain John Wick with swords. Yep.
And and on social media, freaking Joe Manganiello has been wearing freaking Legion of Doom t-shirts. In the same font of Justice League, it just says Legion of Doom. And I'm like, come on, dude, this has to happen.
Here's what I think.
Hope that Warner Brothers has a plan. They don't wipe everything. Go.
Well, that's what I was going to say. My speculation is I'd imagine if they're going to trust Jeff Johns a little more from here on out because of the success of Wonder Woman, they had to let Justice League run its course first. And then towards the beginning of the year, he's going to be like, look, guys, here's what we're going to do.
But Warner Brothers is like, we want to make money. But I think they're learning finally. We can't just throw stuff together, and we can't do a Justice League again.
You can't put the cart before the horse.
The first time they made a Justice League movie, and this is the Justice League movie we got. It's an okay movie. I'm
glad we didn't get our George Miller Justice League movie.
That one's not good either. Have you read the script?
No, but really I've heard enough about it where I'm like, thank God we dodged a bullet. Yeah. And even here, they edited it enough to where I feel like we dodged another bullet where it could have been way worse.
Yeah, who knows? Like, so the rumor the last couple of days is the Zack Snyder cut's out there, and the Junkie XL score's out there, and there's a petition to make it.
Are those the same people that were like, everyone's saying it's still Zack Snyder's movie and it's fine? Dude, and they changed their tune once it doesn't go. Oh no, it wasn't Zack Snyder's movie.
It was hijacked. Dude, the Zaddies. There's like they call themselves Zaddies girls. Zack Snyder's girls. Here's the thing. I like Zack Snyder.
They're all girls.
No, but there's like they're just Zack. Anyways,
okay.
Sometimes they act.
They're the worst. They're the worst people of fandom ever, and they all like group together, and there is a petition for Warner Brothers to release the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League that he screened in January, and they said
no, thank you.
So who knows? I mean, it could be cool. I don't know, but
I'm not interested, man.
Here's what I say: I'll watch anything. I'll be like, I'll watch it. You know, I would love to see it.
Let's go watch The Room. Why not? Let's just.
I want to see that movie about the making of The Room.
Oh my gosh, the James Franco movie. Sorry, that's a separate thing. 100%. I'm going to go see that.
Especially with that Movie Pass, you can see anything. The thing about Warner Brothers making a Zack Snyder cut. A couple things. Here's why it's not going to happen, but it'll probably happen. Who knows? It means they have to spend more money to finish up his stuff that wasn't finalized. It was like wireframe and stuff what they showed. You know, it was like, here's what we got. Here's the final cut, not worked on. We got to get a Junkie XL score finished. That was never finished. Like, he was fired. They brought Danny Elfman in.
Oh yeah.
I loved the score.
There you go. Some people don't.
Sorry, I didn't mention that. I liked it a lot.
I was talking to Delon on the way over. I was like, you know what? I was watching these things on Twitter where people were posting like scenes from Justice League with the original, like not original, but like just putting the music from Hans Zimmer in. Works really good. Like, it makes some of the moments like better. I think like really? Superman on the farm with Lois. they had this scene with
the Man of Steel stuff,
the piano stuff, and I'm like, that just it takes it to a different place, and it makes more sense as a trilogy having the music be thematically the same.
Fair enough.
But that being said, I didn't mind the Elfman score. I was listening to it as we were driving to get us in the mood. It's like, what's that?
Yeah, I liked
Got
it.
in the mood
And I
on the way
haven't
here.
been a huge fan of his stuff recently, so that was nice.
Yeah, Danny Elfman's been kind of hit or miss lately, but
For sure. I think he has his Danny Elfmanisms.
yeah.
But this felt like he kind of synthesized a lot of different things into something that seemed like it made sense.
Yeah.
And felt very heroic, which for me, like, I don't think the Hans Zimmer Junkie XL stuff has been bad, but I've been very honest and upfront with it doesn't feel as iconic and as heroic as these characters need to feel.
Yeah. I think Zimmer's Superman theme is great.
The Man of Steel stuff?
Yeah.
I thought it was good. It just doesn't stick with you.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I love it how it builds.
It sounded like the 20th Century Fox thing.
Yep.
A little bit. All right, where was I? I was on a note though, and I was talking about these cuts. So let's say they do this. Warner Bros. Has to spend more money on this movie to release it because these people signed a petition. Like, it's just not going to happen. It doesn't make any sense. No. Like, maybe in 20 years they'll finally put one together. Like, oh, okay, fine. It's easier to make this stuff rendered out now. I just don't see the point. It doesn't make any sense, and it's done. And the second reason why they don't think they're going to make it happen, if they release this, it's just them saying, we made a mistake. Here's the actual cut. You know, they're not going to say we made a mistake. They're not going to say this is the cut you guys all want to see. It just doesn't make any sense on a business level.
Because it's not the cut that you all, air quotes, want to see.
Yeah.
Very few people want to see that.
Very few people wanted to see this one. So what means they want to see the Zack Snyder cut? Like, you know.
I don't think it was very few people want to see this cut. I think not as many as they
hoped. Exactly. And then the, critics' reviews just smashed it. And people trust critics. They're just like, I guess we'll wait for Coco, or we'll spend our $40 on to see Thor, or whatever.
Yeah, so that's really interesting.
Yeah. Anywho, all right. That end scene just in general is like freaking gotta go.
Oh my gosh!
It just made me want to watch more. I hope it doesn't turn out to be a Sinestro situation where the yellow ring happens and we never see Mark Strong again.
Oh,
because that is still a bummer.
In peace,
Rest in peace, Mark Strong, Sinestro. You were the best, but not really. But
hey, come back for Shazam.
Yeah, be Mr. Mind. It's not the same. All right, so our guest, Delon, you are wonderful. What is your rating of the Justice League movie?
Let's go.
So let's go. All right.
Yeah.
Mr. Matt Ritchie.
Hardy.
It's a let's go. Mm-hmm. And I would say, like, I know I gave the same thing to Thor Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
I think to where Thor Ragnarok was on the upper side of, like, the let's go.
Yeah.
I would say Justice League is, like, right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Solid let's go.
Okay. I will agree and say that Justice League is a let's go. For many reasons. I know it's not the Justice League movie I wanted, but it's the one we got. And it's a let's go because I got the city's characters together.
It's not the one the city deserves.
Not the one the city deserves, but it's the one they get right now. Seeing Superman be Superman was really good for me, and I liked seeing that. And
dude, when he headbutted Wonder Woman,
that was
into the ground.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that man, it was so cool. It was so good.
So many great heroic moments that made me laugh or cheer, and I think that goes a long way.
Yeah.
And no one felt like a buffoon like they did in Thor Ragnarok.
Exactly. We had a big Twitter thread going on about that today.
Really?
Yeah, just about how Thor was, people really responded to Thor, and it got such a great reviews. And I'm like, I think, and I'm being honest, I felt like Justice League was better than Thor.
Whoa.
Yeah. Thor was fun. I had fun at Thor.
On a technical aspect, no way.
Exactly. I think that, like story-wise and stuff, and how the characters were represented, I thought that Justice League was better. Thor, I maintain Thor was a buffoon at the end of that movie. Doing goofy things, like throwing balls at walls, hitting him in the face. Like, he's not.
You do not like the ball.
Funny.
I hate that. It's
even
such a cheap joke.
Heroic people have their moments.
It's a fart joke. That would never happen to Superman. That would never happen to a Superman movie.
What if it did, though?
It would be ridiculous. It's like, why? They almost got there with Batman saying, "Oh, something's definitely bleeding." Like, I didn't need to see that.
I thought that line was funny.
I didn't like that. I didn't like it, but I do find it suspect that Thor, which I thought it was a fun movie, but I'm not beholden to Thor the way I'm beholden to Batman and Superman and those characters. I love the DC characters. They're like my favorite characters. If I had to pick a universe to live in, I would live in the DC. I wouldn't live in Gotham because you'd probably die, but I would live in the DC universe. But I enjoy the Marvel movies. Like Thor was a fun time. I saw it twice. Took the kids. It was good.
I laughed more in Thor.
Mm-hmm.
I felt more like, wow, that was so fun after Justice League.
Yeah. So I enjoy Justice League more. And to me, I'm like, man, why is it getting smashed by critics? Is it because they can tell the Frankensteinness of it all? Is it because the special effects were terrible? Because, man, there's no excuse in 2017 why Steppenwolf should look so bad.
Yep.
If Rocket Raccoon, who's not even a real raccoon, makes me believe that they've taught a raccoon how to talk and shoot guns, there's a problem, dude. There's a big problem here.
If your main bad guy, like not even like a side guy, your main bad guy looks like a cutscene from a PlayStation 2 game.
Yeah.
Not even PlayStation 3, dude. I'm not even going to give you like the benefit of the doubt.
Dude.
It looks like a PlayStation 2 cutscene. And this is what we have for a multi-million-dollar movie.
Yeah.
Handling the biggest heroes.
Dude,
like,
Injustice 2 looks
in
better
the world.
than
Like,
Justice League.
Aww.
That's all. That's all I'm saying on that.
Okay.
I think for some of that stuff, like I don't know. It just seems like I personally feel like I'm more forgiving of that stuff because I wanted it to be good, you know? And it's like, so things like the animation, you know, there aren't a whole lot of parts in Ragnarok where I'm just like, that looks terrible.
I can't think of any.
Where it's like,
No, it was super polished.
But then like a critic isn't going to look at it that similar. Like a professional critic who's actually doing their job isn't going to be like, oh, I just want this to be good, so I'm going to forgive the fact that those parts look terrible and this story's uneven.
Well, and here's the thing with critics too, like to give them a fair shake at this, I'm sure they don't want movies to suck.
No.
They want movies to be good.
Yeah.
But I think they've just learned to be like, okay, like let's call it stuff like it is.
Yeah.
And I mean, the few times Justin and I have talked about it, like since we saw it Saturday, it was like, man, like it was super enjoyable, but it had a lot of, like in the technical aspects, whether it's storytelling, where it's the way like, because you have these beautiful shots set up, right? And then super janky like CGI visual effects. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't get away with those things being together like in 2017, guys. Like, and so like I understand that. I'm not going to argue for this movie to have a great score or a Rotten Tomatoes percentage or whatever, but to get like below like 40-30%, like whatever it's at now, like that's extreme to me. Speaking of which, so that makes me think we've kind of done this with Marvel movies when we've talked about them, but is this the 5th DC film, right? Where does this fall? How would you rank the 5 DC films that have come out so far? Delon, do you need a minute? Or are you ready to rank these?
I'm ready.
Do it.
Are you going to start from the bottom or the top?
Start from the bottom.
Oh,
now we're here.
Now we're
here.
here.
We go.
All right, so don't get mad at me.
I will never be mad at you.
Suck Aside Squad down at the bottom.
Down
Suck
in the
Aside
bottom.
Squad.
Because it sucks.
Oh, you're funny.
Then I'm gonna go Batman versus Superman. Then I'm actually gonna go Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, Justice League.
Justice League's at the top for you.
Wow.
I had the most fun with this one.
All right.
Man, that's really
Wonder Woman was
interesting.
important, but I didn't have as much fun as I did watch this movie.
Okay.
All right.
Justin, you want to do yours next?
Yeah. At the bottom is Suicide Squad. I agree. Suicide Squad for me is like a go and a half. Like it was what it was. There's parts I like, but there is definitely a problem at the end. Next, I'm going to put Justice League. Yeah. That's just where it's at. It's
Wow.
I'm not saying it was bad, but it wasn't at the top, you know? Next, I'm going to put Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. I like that movie, but I enjoy Wonder Woman more. And at the top is Man of Steel. I love Man of Steel. Wow. Love that movie. Again, every one of these movies has some flaws to them, mostly in the third act, I think, where either the villain's really weird or like super mega destruction for Man of Steel's case. But other than there's 2 parts of Man of Steel I didn't like. Jonathan Kent dying and the super disaster of destruction everywhere. I wish that was in Batman v Superman. Doomsday should have caused that destruction, not Zod.
Yeah.
But whatever. It is, again, as a movie, as what it is, I love Man of Steel. Krypton, all that stuff. Jor-El dad, freaking Lois Lane shooting lasers and stuff. That stuff was great, man.
Wow.
I love
it's
it.
so fun.
Love it.
It's so fun to think of like how differently we rank these.
Yeah.
So at the bottom, Batman v Superman.
Oh, what?
Suicide Squad above that.
Wow.
You heathen, don't you know?
I know, right? Third would be Man of Steel.
Mm-hmm.
Above that would be Justice League.
Mm.
And at the top is Wonder Woman.
There you go. Wonder Woman on top.
Yeah. I don't know. Picking between Suicide Squad and Batman v Superman, that's just kind of like...
Really?
Which one do you like hate
You guys
least?
both need to see the Ultimate Cut. I think it might make things better for you guys.
My top 3 were like really muddy because they're all kind of on similar ground for me.
For me, man, like, I'm glad Wonder Woman got the recognition it got.
Yeah.
Man of Steel is another one where I'm like, it does not deserve the hate it gets.
I don't get it.
Like, it's mostly really good.
Movie.
Yeah.
Poor Henry Cavill, man. Like, he's
so
please
good.
do another. Like,
He's
I
so
feel
good as
bad.
Superman.
I feel sad now because Batman v Superman, like, it just wasn't that great to me. Like, it had some cool moments, but that doesn't make a good movie. And Suicide Squad was similar. So, I mean, those could probably change given whatever day it is, or whatever the wind's blowing, I guess. But I think that it makes me sad to think that Man of Steel 2 kind of got hijacked because they're like, we got to get Batman in there. We got to get more characters.
Yeah.
To where like, dude, you should have given him a second one, like with a better Superman, like with a more mature Superman. Like,
yeah.
Because we didn't get that. Like, honestly, in my mind, Batman v Superman, the characterization of Superman seemed like a step backward a little bit for him. Just in my view.
Yeah.
Like, I know not everyone's going to feel that way, but it felt like Man of Steel was like, okay, like it's flawed. He's starting out. He's a little moody, but I get it. And then Batman v Superman was like, oh my gosh, dude, seriously, like, get it together. I get it. Like, you're sad. People are mean to you. But like, and then to go forward into Justice League, I was like, there we go. Now I feel like we're getting him for the first, like, real, true Superman for the first time.
In Batman vs Superman, though, I get why he was sad, though.
I get why he was sad. I just didn't want him to be that way the whole time.
Yeah.
And it did. He was either sad or moody the whole time, or angry and fighting Batman. And then the third act, it didn't really matter what his emotions were.
Somebody, I think everything, like, on top of it, like his mom being threatened, like, man, they're blaming this thing on me. I couldn't save all these people. He was in a really bad spot, and he's like, even Superman can have a bad day, It made him more human.
But I want to see him jump into it like in Justice League where he's like, yeah, the odds are stacked against me, but guess what? I'm going to freaking own it.
Big fan of justice.
I'm a big fan of justice.
So, but I 100% agree with you. But I understand the choices they made. But I would have preferred to see a Superman that's like, hey, Batman, first off, you're not going to freaking shoot kryptonite at me because I'm just going to swat that away. And we're going to have a little talk. I'm going to be like, dude, let's go save my mom. Why
didn't he squeeze his face right off the bat?
Yeah.
Just a little face squeeze. Be like, hey, man, we just got to talk about this.
Yeah. Calm down. Your little bullets, they don't hurt me.
Another why didn't it happen is why didn't that suicide bomber just blow up the bomb instead of make it 20 seconds? He was going to ultimately just... In Justice League... He's I'm going to blow everybody up. I'm going to give you 20 seconds.
Dude, it's part of the
just
game.
Just blow
it's
yourself up.
It's part of the control of, like, you're evil. Revel in the evilness. So,
guys,
all right.
This is a good episode.
This is good.
I like hanging out with you and talking about fun movies. This was a fun movie.
Yeah.
People, go see this movie.
Yeah. This Thanksgiving.
And Coco.
Go see Justice League.
You get that out of here.
Yeah,
right now.
you take your Coco movie.
I'm sorry,
and you
man.
table that for another time.
I'll table it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm in love with the Coco.
real talk. Like my family's going to go see that tomorrow, but still, everyone go see Justice League. Like it is worth watching.
If only there was some type of scandal around the Pixar movies that could
They could hinder
Table that.
anyone to support that.
Is there
give you
anybody
an
who's done
unwanted
something
hug
questionable?
after
Dude, it was really funny. I saw today on Twitter.
Can I hug you?
Regal Cinemas.
Yeah.
Like their thing to say, like, buy tickets for Justice League. Like, Justice League is the #1 movie in the world. Get your tickets now to see. I'm like, oh, yeah, get your tickets tonight. Get your tickets tonight before it's
As
not
of right
anymore.
now, it's the #1
As
movie.
of this moment.
Like next week, it's the #1 comic book movie in the world. Then it's like
one movie named Justice League
yeah,
in the world.
it's the
Are you
#1
gonna-
movie starring Ben Affleck.
Here's a question. We'll wrap it up and start wrapping up the show. Do you think you'll go see it again?
Yeah, I want to.
I rarely see movies twice.
Really?
Nah.
You're not going to go see it again?
Nah.
Okay. I'm going to see it at least one more time.
Oh, okay, Mr. Movie Pass. Make
I
it
still
happen.
haven't seen Spider-Man Homecoming again. I
What?
just don't see movies twice.
Come on over. I have it. I just bought it on Netflix.
I don't even watch
Not on
movies
Netflix.
at home
I bought it on
twice.
iTunes. It was only $14.
There are too many movies.
I know.
I could spend 2 hours watching a movie again, or I could spend 2 hours going to see a new movie. And there's
I'm all about it.
infinite movies.
Or you spend 4 hours and you just see both of them.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
It's funny. My son.
I know how math works.
He's becoming a movie fan. My kid he'll watch like iTunes movies and he'll click on the actors and he's all, Dad, Spider-Man has been played by Tobey Maguire.
Andrew
Garfield.
Garfield.
I'm like, he's on Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland. I'm like, that's right. He's like, one day I can be Spider-Man. I was like, oh, you can't be Spider-Man. It's just
Start
like,
working on that physique now so
Yeah,
they can
start doing
cast
some
you
flips,
in
dude.
like 3 years.
Spider-Man really got played by Avi Arad or whatever that producer's name was on freaking Spider-Man 3.
Oh, man,
he got
he
real
really got
played.
played.
oh dang, Delon is like
Just like Superman bought the farm.
Oh, that's funny. That's so funny.
All right.
All right.
So let's start wrapping the show up. I just
All right.
want to say one other thing.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is tomorrow.
That's right.
And I just want to encourage you, make it a Franksgiving.
Make it a Thanksgiving.
I'm only 3-4 episodes into The Punisher on Netflix, and it is great.
Yeah,
I
it's a
know
good
this is a Justice League episode, but I'm just doing a quick little shout
No, I
out
would
to The
definitely
Punisher
agree.
and saying, I know we talked about our concerns of like what that means
Mm-hmm.
just with the state of the world and even more shootings happening this past week.
Mm-hmm.
And does it glorify that and stuff? And I can say, at least so far, it for sure does not. And it actually is a really great look at a lot of, I think, tough topics.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel cheap or overly glorified, which
Nope.
I really appreciate. And it feels like a return to form for Netflix Marvel.
Yeah, John Bernthal is so good.
The writing is incredible.
Yep.
Incredible. So good, dude.
Delon's like, I don't watch stuff.
Delon's still like, man, what about Luke
Delon hasn't
Cage
watched Iron
season
Fist
1
yet.
or
You haven't
Iron
watched Iron
Fist
Fist
or
yet?
Defenders? He hasn't watched any.
Where are you at? Where are you
He's-
at on the
he's
Netflix?
only
I
watched
watched Daredevil.
He's only watched Daredevil.
and Daredevil season 2,
That's good.
and like the first episodes of Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, and I just am terrible at watching TV.
I need you to use this holiday season well, sir.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like instead of me driving Delon home tonight, he can just watch Netflix on his phone and watch shows. And by the time he gets home, he'll have at least 3 episodes done of like one of those.
How far do you think?
How
I
long are you
live?
going to drive him?
What? I mean,
You're
if
going
he
to
had
like drive in
walk home,
circles?
No,
Oh, you're
I'm
making
saying
him
he has to walk.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, so
Wow.
I said, instead of driving him home,
that's kind
I'm
of a
making-
messed up way to get someone to watch a show.
I really want you to enjoy those shows.
Yeah, on Sprint. I have Sprint, man. I'm not going to be able to watch these while I'm walking
Can't you
down the
download
street.
Netflix? Don't they let you download on Wi-Fi?
Oh yeah,
That's true.
And then so there you
Sorry.
go.
Sorry
I was
about
thinking
the
about
Sprint
this.
dissing.
We just lost our Sprint
All right,
sponsor.
yes.
Dang it.
Oh, man. Sorry, Sprint.
All right.
All right. Well, Delon, thanks for being on the show.
Thank
man.
you for having me.
Again.
I always enjoy it. I enjoy listening to you guys and talking to you guys.
We didn't give out any Let's Goes today. I mean, any Gotta Goes. But
I'm proud of you, Justin.
Delon is
Way
a
to
Gotta
go.
Go.
Delon's a
Can I
gotta
give
go.
a gotta go?
Yeah.
Coco.
Oh no! I'm gonna make a
make a
mark there to cut that out.
Yeah. This is the Let's Go Comic Show, not the
Can't
Coco
believe
Show.
you. We're trying to encourage people
I'm
to
sorry, I
support
saw
Justice
it last
League.
night and it just
Go watch Justice League. Go watch it. Take your mom. Take you can. You know what? You can actually take your kids.
Get
to
an
see Justice
extra
League.
large cherry Coke, so you don't have to get up 10 minutes.
Yeah.
and do
Hey, Dad. Upsized. Drop to 50 cents, so you don't have to miss the best Amazon sequence ever. Because we know freaking Anderson House doesn't watch movies again.
The best Damazon.
You're gonna rob your dad of this.
The best Damazon. All right, let's land this plane before we get too much further.
Oh,
Justin,
hey,
how can they find you on the interwebs?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at j_rocket. Please hit me up. We can talk about comics and movies and whatever. It's always fun. It's always a good time. So please do that. Matt, how can they find you?
I am at Matt Ritchie, MatTricchey. There
you go.
And you can find the show at Let's Go Comic Show.
Mm-hmm.
And that
on
is
Twitter and Instagram.
Indeed.
Oh, yeah.
What about you, Delon?
Yeah.
I'm trying to Instagram again. So
yeah, he's back. Delon's back.
At Harold or Delon. That's HaroldOrdelon.
There you go. Find him there.
Ooh,
We'll link you on the Instagram. Like, hey, our special friend guest, and they're gonna go to your Instagram,
friend guest,
and then they're gonna say like, oh, this is him. He doesn't watch movies. Somebody send him a copy of Spider-Man: Homecoming. That would be amazing.
Oh, dude,
just hit me up. Email the show.
It'll be
Let's
a
Go
waste.
Comic
I'm
Show.
never gonna watch it.
No,
spirit.
He will watch
man.
it for Christmas. Let's Go Comic Show at gmail.com. Email me and I'll get you Delon's address. Or the best thing that you guys can do. Here's the thing: if you want to help out the show, so that we can do fun things and make t-shirts and do buttons and stuff, please go to patreon.com/letsgocast. That way you can join our Patreon. And that, we'd love to be a more crowd-supported show, and there's different levels for you to join. So if you're like, hey man, I can drop $1 on this, drop $1. That would be amazing. Or you $5, you can, hey, the price of a comic.
Yeah. You just bought a comic for us.
Yeah, you just bought a comic for us. Hey, that would be great. And then you get this show. This show is fun to do. It's a labor of love, but we would like to make it bigger and better, and we need you to make that happen. And so if you're like, hey, you know what? I am a poor college student. I have no money, but I still enjoy the show. Please go to iTunes and give us a 5-star review and some amazing superhero comments, because that also helps. If the show rises in the lists, more people see the show, more people listen, and that is good for us. So thank you again for listening to the Let's Go Comic Show. We appreciate it. My name is Justin.
I'm Matt.
I'm Delon.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.